Thank you for running the night.
Hello, everyone. Hopefully, chat can hear us. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Running the Night. My name is DM OckRaven, and I'm so happy you all could be here today. Starting off, we're going to go through a little bit of introductions, everyone. Get a chance for everyone to greet you, say hi, make sure we don't got any black eyes to the network or anything today, and then we'll be happy to get started. Catapult, I'm going to hand it over to you, and you can hand it to everyone else when you're done.
All right. Hello, everybody. Happy holidays. My name is Catapult Crash Tester. You know me. You love me. You've seen me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Catapult Crash Tester. Sounds spelled exactly how it sounds. I am super excited for another good game today. And I'd like to extend a special thank you to OckRaven for running this game as he always does and as he has for the past year.
Almost.
It has been... Almost, yeah. It has been a pretty good year, and I'm really excited to see the next one. If you want to take it away, Ty.
Yo, thanks. I'm Ty from Orcskull Studio. I also stream a lot, usually 4 or 5 times a week, running D&D, loads of campaigns in the same setting, and some Cyberpunk as well. And tonight I'll be playing Johnny Fox, our punk rock Politico, and I think it's going to get a little bit spicy and a little bit interesting, so I'm down for it. But for now, that's about all the important stuff. Jalen, who are you?
What's up, everybody? How's it going, party people? My name's Jalen. I'm a dev for the Cyberpunk system in Foundry, which is awesome and fun and happy to do. I'm playing our resident techie, nerd, shy, but we'll blow up some heads if need be. I like today's session because, in theory, we've done the job. We just need to collect. So that's always can be a fun session. And there should be some fun other stuff going on too. So I think that just leaves our good buddy Nick.
Yeah, I'm Nick. I play JJ the Lawman, and very excited to hopefully get Luco back to his father Marcus with the evidence against Amoebus, and also take care of some business alongside Johnny in Night City here before we take off, though. So I think that's the plan.
I guess
Always good to take care of business before going on a road trip, you know?
And I guess that leaves me. My name's OckRaven. You can find me Instagram or Twitter at OckRaven. I will be your wonderful DM for this afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you find yourself listening to us. And thank you for being here, and I truly hope you enjoy. As a recap, as we get into today's session, the group just got done completing their information grab with Lady Jade. Though sadly, maybe the raid did not quite go as well. The group did get to blow off a little bit of steam with some angsty Jonesers outside, causing quite the ruckus on the street. Defending themselves, their name, and their choom Nan, who the Jonesers were gunning for. We have everyone getting into the vehicles. There is something Johnny, due to his work as now the official dock master of Night City, and as part of a harbor authority and the Watson development area, he does have an important thing with an Arasaka note asking him to make an official statement about the bombing that just recently happened and the sinking of their ship inside the harbor that just came in with not even a day ago. It's quite weird.
Very strange.
As our chooms all find themselves in the vehicle, Luco looks over you at Johnny and very much asks, wiping a little bit of the blood off, his left side, and clearly with a hurt pride and look in his face, he looks over you and goes, "Where to, boss?"
Sorry, I think I need to turn you up. The fuck do you say to me, Luco?
Where to, boss? Oh, would you rather, Mr. Gorgeous?
Call me whatever the fuck you want. I mean, as long as we're getting the job done.
I just want to be clear. You can call me Mr. Gorgeous. I don't mind.
Alright.
Anywhere but fucking here, let's go. Come on. There might be more Joneses up our ass.
Oh, he's driving. This isn't like you guys are pulled over. Wait,
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
he is
And
driving down
sweet.
the street with that, like,
Yeah, but because he said where to, I'm just saying anywhere but fucking here. But obviously Johnny has somewhere in mind.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'll tell you in a moment. I'm just trying to turn some tunes on right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
A bit, you know?
Yeah, the car's pretty quiet. You know what I mean? Get them bumping.
Boom, 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 boom,
There we go.
boom.
That's better. All right, cool. Take me to the docks.
awesome.
We're gonna go pay a visit to Agataka.
He hangs a left onto the 126. We'll eventually get on the 82 and head north up into the northern part of New Westbrook District and heading over into the Watson development that way. Completely avoiding City Center and all the nonsense going on with the burning buildings, the heart-shaped messages, the fires betrothing the love and importance of their relationship, whoever that may be.
So, are we gonna have a little chinwag about what just went down over there, or we just gonna pretend none of that happened and keep on rolling?
I mean, that's the second fucking time now those fucks have been after us, isn't it? After me.
Yeah, it makes me think somehow they know our location.
Fuck. Can I like check for bugs or something? Is there what would be the check I can do that would?
Oh, absolutely. Looking for some
like-
type of scanner, a
I mean,
device
do
can
we
totally
have
check
is
for
a bug
bugs.
scanner like an actual device?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Is it specifically a bug scanner? Because I have a tech scanner. Is there specifically something for bugs?
Yeah. Just
Believe there is. I'm not sure if you can utilize a text scanner that way, but I will take a look
Right.
at it for you here.
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
there's a bug detector which I don't have. Seems like it would be helpful to have.
Right.
there's a,
So obviously I don't have the aid of like some piece of equipment. But can I do a check just to see if I can find anything on any of our person, or
Absolutely.
you know, do you probably basic tech or electronic security tech?
You can use basic tech. You can use electronic security tech. Since you don't have the right tool, I mean, the difficulty is a bit higher either way.
Okay, I have the same bonus in either, so I think electronic security tech makes sense. And our luck is replenished, correct?
Beginning of every session, make it count.
All right. I don't think I'm gonna use luck on this one just because it's not quite life or death right now, but let's just see how it goes.
I like that you think that.
Well, I mean, in this moment in this car, we don't think it's life or death. But anyway,
Sure.
To remind
20.
you guys, yep, absolutely. It's a very nice roll. You do have the 4 of you in this vehicle, and JJ, Brighton, Alpha, and Deathhead are all in JJ's vehicle following you. So you can only scan so much of the
Yeah,
group.
I'm
However,
not gonna be able to probably scan anyone outside of this vehicle. I don't imagine.
taking the time as you pass block by block of lights and stopping at stop signs and stuff to get and move around a little bit in the cab. Okay, by the time you within 5-10 minutes and getting yourselves to the more northern part of like New Westbrook, there's no bugs on yourselves or inside this cab that you can find.
I don't think we're bugged. I think there's just and now I'm thinking back to last time that there was like somebody sketchy across the street, who seemed to maybe be like following us, or like they put a tail on us.
Yeah.
Or just maybe they just have like kind of people around the city who get alerted, and then I think they've got bugs everywhere. They've got eyes everywhere, and they think they saw me because we're not bugged. I'm confident, at least not anyone in this car.
Nan, Johnny, upon hearing that, go ahead and give me a deduction, something, whatever you think the best skill you would utilize to try to remember something that might have happened earlier this evening.
That's a great question.
That's why I threw out deduction. If you would like to use something else, or does anybody else here have an idea, by all means, I will, happily take it.
concentration is often used for reciting memory, but deduction makes a lot of sense to me too.
Yeah, it does. I'll do concentration if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Is this something that like I may have lost the plot. I'm writing a statement in the background while we're riding in the car. But is this something like potentially use Streetwise for, of like trying to figure out how they would do it? You know, just
Absolutely. I'll take that as well.
Nice.
My concentration isn't great. It's only a +9.
Oh,
But I'll give it a roll.
I'm distracted. That was a natural one.
Well.
-5. Johnny. Not bad.
Vertex, you know, everything you can remember from the evening, sadly, that you were never around during or when these events could have happened above table, so
Yeah.
there's nothing you can honestly think of that would, you know, call out to this in any way, shape, or form.
Pretty much the only time I was around was when I was staring at Nan's ass.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong there. Nan, as you go to think about all the people this night, your mind just goes to the most horrible places, thinking the worst case scenarios. How much every person out there on the street might be gunning for you. You get lost in this almost depraved, dark thought for a moment, as this intrusive thought takes over your entire, you know, the wheelhouse when it comes to thinking of the angles and who could have done it. You find yourself pretty much snapping back out of this as when the vehicle comes to a stop, as you guys pull up into the dock. So you'll be lost in this thought for a moment, unless someone kind of like slaps you out of it.
Yeah, I think I'm like kind of looking outside and darting my eyes around to like every, you know, choom on the street corner, like just like, could it be them? Could that be another like person after us? And then my eyes kind of dart like out the back window towards JJ, who's following us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And seeing him and his like almost full Borg conversion friends, like, and I'm like, and this thickening thought comes in my brain. It's like, could it be them? Could it be him? Could that have been it the whole time? And like, I don't want to hold on to the thought, but it steeped in where it hadn't before.
Yeah.
I know you're slightly distracted, but Johnny, thinking of the streetwise and everything else and how they would have done it, if there's any reason, any kind of bounty on Nan, okay, and people, you know, either look on that kind of like posting boards or information, that CD kind of people are looking for a quick buck, you know, anyone with a picture knowing he was worth money would easily and happily turn him in. Now, it's not like an official bounty. It's not like he's wanted by like Night City PD for illicit crimes. Okay. But gang members would totally put down, you know, bounties on people just for the local chooms to keep track of it, because you may not be affiliated with us, but 2,000 eddies is 2,000 eddies. Fuck yeah, I'll tell you if they come by, because that's quick, easy cash.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of ways the street itself can motivate people due to this, you know, the climate with the eddies and the cost of living and corporations doing everything. You know, it's not about saving everybody, it's about saving yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I bet Johnny has seen his name come up there a few times on those boards.
Especially with Johnny's history in, like, you know, in London. Absolutely, this is motivate the people. Don't worry about doing it yourself.
Yeah, and I'll put this across quite casually. Is I think everybody's probably worrying. I'll be like, man, if it were me, I'd just, you know, put your name up on a bounty. Fucking easy.
Not a bad idea. I mean, I could do
Maybe
it. We could
take a look
set a
around,
trap.
see if somebody put something on your head.
As a thought.
I'm smart, Johnny, but you're clever. And that's gonna start stewing in my mind as well. But I don't think it's something I'm gonna do right now, because we're up at the docks now, right? We just pulled up, so.
Right by this point, and you know, like JJ, are you guys? Yeah, you and the Chooms just following in the back.
Yeah, we're following en route, and I think he's going to be giving a speech to like a bunch of sort of like citizenry. I don't think we want to make ourselves too obvious. Like, we'll hang back and kind of provide security, but we don't want to like upset anyone by being like a police presence there. So like we'll hang out in the car and keep an eye. Like, I actually want to use like perception to kind of keep an eye on the crowd, or make sure that there's nobody like doing anything like literally targeting Johnny or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like an assassin.
But I would also like to just, as a note, reload my gun There was one other thing I wanted to do, but I can't remember what it is now. Maybe it'll come to me. Oh, I take Coke. I take Scent Coke.
Oh yeah, 30%.
Yeah.
As a current note, it is about 9:30 p.m. Just as a, in case you're curious.
Before we jump out of the car, Johnny's finished writing up what he's doing. He's just been tapping away on his agent. He'll just turn around to all of you. Well, that's all fucking dandy about you being wanted, man. Why do they want you? Do we know that? What have you done?
Not too sure, but I don't think they're happy that I'm out of prison.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
Upon him asking that, go ahead and roll concentration. Yeah. And actually, you know what? Go ahead and roll 2 concentrations. Take the better roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's roll it twice. It's not too bad. That's a little better. So yeah, 17. 17.
You know, when you think back, before you went to prison, before you got put brain gas prison, before even being stuck on the boat and having to escape, the one thing that very clearly you remember, the cops when they arrested you and beat you and threw you back in a cop, was complaining about where you lived.
Gotcha. So, and where we lived is that like that's where we live now, right? Just to double check. Yeah. And we inherited this place, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, I took the fall, and they don't like that I'm back out on the street. They you know, and we're all involved, but I'm kind of like the scapegoat at this point, or I have been the scapegoat.
That's pretty fucking easy to fix, though, isn't it? Like, this doesn't feel like it's going to be a long-term problem. If they come for you again, just make it really easily and fucking well known where you are. They'll come. I mean, what's the bounty on your head? Like 5k maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't actually look up any of the bounties on the board.
We just go, where's this bounty post? If we find some more information, we just follow it back, pay him a little bit for the info, and then, you know, Bob's your uncle, we'll take the bounty off your head.
You're right, Johnny. The plan didn't occur to me yet. I mean, I just didn't even realize. But you're right, and then maybe that'd take us to the source.
Yeah, easy peasy. Well,
Yeah.
look, that's one thing. In a minute, we'll get you on the gram and put some photos up of you just carousing down some cocktail bar, and we'll sort that out. Equally split. But actually, what I was referring to before that was not so much with you being attacked. That feels pretty fucking normal at this point. I was talking about what happened before that. We're going to have a word about that. I'm not really sure I'm on the level.
Sorry, I misunderstood. I don't really know either. I mean...
Fun fact, Lickety Split was my nickname in med school.
I mean, we just got out of there, we did. I mean... JJ texted us something going down, and we just kind of got out of there. As we were leaving, did we even see them come in, or did they come in a different entrance than the entrance we left, or the exit we left?
The exit is designed as an emergency secret exit, and it's not. People are not allowed in that way. Typically,
Right,
people only are allowed out that way if they're too drunk to make it back up the ladder. It's not the type of place you go and get thrashed at, because Jade charges people to use that door. However, in case of emergencies, raids, problems, booster gangs, angry people coming to try to take back the goods or something she stole, she has a secure exit for people to get out of. She actually has 2.
Yeah.
JJ did find the other one. He just they didn't unlock that one to utilize for the purpose of this event. And this way, people only aware of a single way in are very, set focused, and the whole thing is designed with, traps and things like that to prevent people from making it to that point.
Yeah, so all that to say, then we didn't really see much. We just know some shit went down, and then when we got out, there was more shit going down, but that shit seemed to be different shit.
Yeah.
What about you, JJ, darling? You know anything about what went down?
I'm assuming you're having this conversation when you guys get to the docks before you actually head on in. as the vehicles would then be
Yeah.
stopped. Is that my understanding here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
my
just
understanding.
before we like walk over, right?
Okay. Well, since the two.
I'll suggest.
Sorry, I can't really hear you very well, Nick.
Yeah, no problem. So just looking after some cop business, my tune. NCPD, or I'm sorry, ICTF business.
How'd it go?
What's the opposite of Nova?
I would call it dog shit.
Yeah, whatever the
That's
opposite.
it's,
Pretty kicked up.
Yeah, man, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, but places like that, that's fucking dangerous territory to be doing shit. Especially for a man with a wife and kids.
Yeah, well, I came out of there alive. Came out of there with some more information, too.
Information that's worth it, or just bullshit information?
Worth it to meet you. We'll see if it's actually worth it in the long run, but...
I've seen this happen plenty of times. I've seen it go down in London more than once or twice. You may walk out alive, but if you leave them with a sour taste in their mouth, there's other ways they can hurt you than just taking your life, mate. A lot worse fucking ways, too.
And Nan at that is kind of like shudders and looks away because, from her perspective, she's had something done to her worse than that, you know? Brain dance prison.
You seem like a man that's got a lot to lose, and I don't want to see that happen to you. So just be careful, yeah?
Always careful, Chum. Wouldn't get you in any trouble.
I don't give a shit about you getting me in trouble. I'll give a shit about you getting your kid in trouble.
Brighton butts in at this point and he goes, yeah, you work around here. What's the closest fucking place to buy like, a couple cases of Smash?
I must know where to get smashed.
Oh yeah. There's probably a bodega a couple blocks away, used a lot by the dock workers and stuff. You know of.
I'll tell him, that head down there, take a left, whatever. Here's one for the road, and I'll just throw him a can.
Brighton goes to get out and kind of looks over and like, are we hanging out with these guys tonight, or are we doing our own thing? And
We'll keep
Alpha,
an eye.
what do you say?
I said that we'll keep an eye. I want to keep an eye on this crowd, make sure things don't get out of hand.
I mean, in the event shit goes down,
And I think
Be
we're
nice if they're there.
will be leaving the city and going on this road trip shortly thereafter, right? Is that kind of the plan? It's after. he
yeah.
does
I
the
don't
thing?
imagine they're coming with us on that, but since they're here, I mean, we could use an extra hand just in case. I don't anticipate that this isn't going to be messy.
Anticipate the unanticipated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't see anything on the docks either.
Oh,
Since I don't have
yeah.
a token. If you changed the lighting since you put the tokens on, you may just need to redrop the tokens.
No, I just didn't. I always forget with Foundry. No matter what, you guys need a token on there. You can't fucking see the screen. So this is on
You
me.
can take token vision off if you just want us to be able to see it all the time in the configuration. Oh yeah, for scenes I always just take token vision off.
Yeah.
Get rid.
Boom! There's a
Nice.
setting for that.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank
So
you very much.
What are these docks like? I mean, I see this picture.
Yeah, I was about to
Pretty
get to
nice.
that once I have the scene squared away from you. Brighton leaves. The cops hanging back, and for anyone else hanging back, you can go ahead and roll perceptions. Anything extra of the scene, I will definitely inform you guys of. However, close this. When you guys arrive within the dock district, you will find actually a pretty much the entire actual Watson Harbor is coordinated off by Night City Precinct District 3. Most of them have an actual barrier up, preventing anyone from getting in and out without proper authorization.
Right.
Okay, inside the dock itself, you'll actually, from this distance looking in, we'll notice several different squads, groups of Lazarus security doing patrols, or even actually members of Night City PD's, forensics team, detective departments, looking around and everything else. However, for the trained eye of an actual lawman, they ain't doing dick. They're playing grab ass and putting up a good front like they're actually doing work. Beyond, the barrier keeping everyone out has quite a few different either independent media sources or people from actually Studio, Network 54 or groovy, funky, Studio 52, trying to find a lead or a leak of information of one way or other. People are doing reports and callings, suspecting that Arasaka is going to call for blood and violence due to the fact of someone attacking them, after 20 years of being gone from Night City. Speculations and rumors are running rampant across the board. Everyone's patiently, patiently is not the word, excuse me. Everyone is almost hysterically waiting for any kind of information from the Harbor Master's office. JJ, most of the cops are pretty much there only as kind of a, the actual NCDPD officers there mainly as a smoke string. It looks like the actual Lazarus security doing patrols are keeping the cops from going further into the docks. Not necessarily unusual, but, due to the nature of the corporation, God only knows what's going on. It's not like anyone has any recent history with dealings with Arasaka. This is, for the most part, of the last 20 years, completely unfamiliar territory.
Sorry, I lost a little bit. You said Lazarus is providing the security at the docks.
Yes.
And they're keeping NCPD away from
progressing further into the docks.
Okay. All right. Okay. Johnny, as you approach, go ahead and give me a wardrobe and style and personal grooming to see how well you look at this point in the evening. It'll have a factor whether or not anyone recognizes you or not.
Yeah, sure. And before we get into after this, you'll see. But once we get into anything proper, I want to just start doing some. What's the word? Just going to chat to a few people, just see who's around, see if there's anybody important there. Before I do anything too much. Yeah, just a bit of nosing around, see who's turned up.
Okay.
Nice roll.
It's a 26.
Personal grooming, just to go with it, please.
Oh, personal grooming? Oh, sorry. Did I write all the wrong thing, or was that?
No, I asked for both.
No, you wanted both.
I generally ask for both anytime I ask for one.
Gotcha. Oh,
Still
okay,
pretty
21.
Fucking good.
Yep.
It'd be hard for you to roll a bad one.
Upon walking up, a media personality with face tattoos, multicolored techno hair, a short save side with the actual floating camera immediately comes running up to you and goes, Johnny, any official word on what's going on? You don't recognize this person, but she clearly looks like your standard, independent journalist of some kind.
What's your name?
One moment.
Sorry, man.
No, it's fine. I look down. It's like I don't have that document pulled up.
Quick chat. Does anybody have a name available?
She looks at you and goes, "My name is Ava Shimar. Most people call me Proxy." Okay, cool. She's about 5'5", looks to be in her mid-40s. Okay, average build, short brown hair, green eyes. She is very much a, you don't really know much of anything about her, but she appears to be your standard white Caucasian woman, technicolor hair, fashion pop outfit, camera drone, micro recorder, and she's very much looking at you inquisitively to see if you have anything to say.
Well, firstly, it's a fucking pleasure to meet you, and I'm fine. Thank you for asking. What was the question?
Okay. Well, as the actual, assistant dock manager of, the harbor, I figure you would actually probably know best of what's going on and might have an official statement here for the public who are worried. Is this actually a terrorist attack, or do people need to worry about these kind of problems going on elsewhere in the city? Are people's boats safe? Do we, the yacht keepers need to be questioned? Anything you have to say on this would be greatly appreciated.
You're very enthusiastic. I like that. Look, I have got the answers to your question. I'm going to be giving a little statement very shortly that's going to answer all that and more. And, maybe if I don't quite fulfill all your questions, then we can have a little one-to-one after if you want to get
Johnny.
proper details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd greatly appreciate that.
Seems
Thank you.
inappropriate.
Why is that, mate? I'll do them with all the reporters. I want to make sure I satisfy everyone.
Do this with all the reporters, Johnny.
Hey. Oh, Johnny. He's all business before pleasure.
This is true.
If you got any specific questions, then I'll be happy to answer them now. I'll give you 3 questions. Fire.
What can you tell me about what happened to the Arasaka ship that was sunk last night?
Oh, it's a damn fucking shame when any ship is sunk. It's going to cost us a fucking fortune to sort it out, isn't it?
Great answer.
All right, come on, number 2.
Was anybody hurt? Actually,
was
was there any dock workers or anyone hurt through the course of this attack?
Unfortunately, there were people hurt. I haven't got a proper list on how many yet, but that is something that I'm looking into.
Any idea who's behind the attack?
Yes. Yeah.
She gives you a smug look based off that answer.
Yes, I like that. No further comment.
Cool. Everything else you can hear in the statement. Oh, and I just want you to know, and you can spread the word on this. This statement is my fucking statement. All right.
Well, if you need any help making sure your statement gets to the people, Johnny, she gives you pretty much her card, identifying her as the name I previously described, and shopkeeping owner of a actual place called The Scoop, just outside Old City Center.
Trust me, I've never had any issue getting my point across.
And this is Vertex. Nobody asked, but I just thought I'd say.
Oh,
Good work, Nan. Good work. All right. Johnny will just go and see who else is about at this point. And
She pretty much
he'll basically repeat this process a few times and just mingle and see who's about and who seems important here,
Okay. You will find actually 2 other journalists of note.
Yeah.
One is by the name of Lexi Tan. Okay, she appears to be very much just looking for any kind of information. Definitely not an experienced person based off her age or even the way she's asking people. She's entirely too hungry, just walking up to anyone, being as direct and tactless as possible.
I thought you said experienced, but from the description, I'm guessing you meant inexperienced.
Oh yeah, she is completely. Lexi Tan is completely inexperienced. Okay, but
cool.
she is quote unquote hungry. Yes.
And then who's the second person?
The only other person that actually of note that actually is experienced, very optimistic, reassuring, has that silver tongue and gift of gab, is going to be Edison. His friends call him Obi.
Obi.
Okay. He has an alias by the name of Cybo, and I will shoot you his docket right now.
What's the alias, sorry?
Cybo. CYBO. I'll drop it in Discord. Don't mind the camera feed for a second, guys. It'll be right back.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Nan, while Johnny's doing all this, is kind of just checking their pop-up, all the machinery, the gears, the inner workings of their pop-up grenade launcher. They're making sure their crossbow is fully tensioned. Nan just feels worried, paranoid, really. paranoid, one, that this is just like a weird situation with a lot going on, like feels like things could boil over at any minute. But also just like who knows, like from that car ride, who knows who's around the next corner? Right. Gonna hurt me.
You can make a cyber tech and weapons tech for that. You can get +2, so you're not under duress by any means. It's about this point in time that double check those rolls again. Nan, you're busy with that. So JJ, north of the dock, you can see a larger barrier of police actually preventing access even further up this road north along the Watson Dock area. You know that area to be mainly shipping container stacks where the zoners actually live, and most of them are actually dock workers of kind. And there appears to be, not necessarily that it works in Night City, but there appears to be a peaceful march and protest coming south, condemning the acts of corporate security with trying to make a motion that Arasaka is to blame. A lot of petitions, signs, screaming and chanting, but none of it appears to be in terms of the Night City scale of nonsense. None of it appears to be violent.
The protest is anti-Arasaka?
Anti-Arasaka, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, we sit tight in the car. We're not... I'm not there in terms of, like... I'm not there to get involved with crowd control, things like that. I'm there if, like, somebody starts shooting at one of my chooms, we'll get involved. But, like... yeah, sitting tight, trying to keep my head above the fray, and looking for maybe snipers or anyone getting like more aggressive in the crowd / anyone who's looking suspicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
JJ, Johnny, the only other person of note seems to be a very well off, very well dressed up kind of Network 54 actual reporter. Under this link right here. Dylan. Vanna Kimball of Studio 54. You know her just by seeing her in her very well done up, actually executive leisure suit, done up hair, clearly makeup, almost even a production team of people with her. You've been seeing her on the actual video feeds and even regular reports talking about she's been following major coverage on like personality overclocking, the good, the bad, is cyber presence worthwhile, and basically just been excuse me, basically has been creating artificial buzz in media around this topic, edgy media, one way or another, back and forth.
All right. Apologies, I'm just trying to do something in the background. Who, in terms of dock security, who provides dock security? Is it from the dock themselves?
Typically, yes.
Okay, so it's independent. It's not like it's outsourced to a corporation.
I mean, it's independent in terms of you have your own security force. It is outsourced to a corporation. You have Lazarus Security as your dock security.
All right. But we have our own force in terms of it's Lazarus, but it's the same people all the time.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct.
All right. Understood. And are there representatives from Arasaka here that during my time in mingling I can find?
Nope.
All right, that's a shame. Oh, shit. Okay. Do I have any way of finding one or getting in contact with one? I'll actually call a group together at some point. I'll try and find everyone.
You haven't even had in the dock yet. Your assistant, Sally, okay, I say assistant loosely, she is very much a close business partner and basically is the person who works. If you were to die, she gets your job.
motivation.
Yeah. Well, no, she's she's a very timid person, very timid personality. She's smart. She's not. She doesn't like combat or violence. She got stuck in this position and almost feels too scared to get out of, until she met you and basically agreed to help you with everything if you can, keep that heat off of her, which you have in terms of the workplace environment.
Yep. All right. Good. All right. I'll find her. Sorry, did I ignore something that you said a second ago? What was I meant to be doing?
You need to come here and make an official statement. Preferably,
Yeah,
okay. You said you were going to crowd mingle before actually heading into the docks. All of this media thing is basically outside of the docks and everything going on. None of this is inside the docks. If you want to bring your chooms in, you would need to go get them now before you make it past that security line.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Let's go get the chooms.
Okay.
I'll go find them.
They're still hanging out at the car.
Oh. Yo, what you're doing? You coming with? You staying here? It's up to you.
Wait for you to get us in. Let's go for sure.
What? Come on then, Treacle. And then I want to call Sally.
Okay. JJ, you gonna hang out back? You gonna follow them in?
I think I'm gonna hang by the car, keeping an eye on the crowd. So I'm trying to picture this. I guess where he's giving the speech, there's not really a crowd or anyone near him. He's fairly safe there.
Where he makes the speech or how he does it is just to clarify above table. He could literally go on the social media for the city of the actual Watson Harbor and make an official statement that way, and never once put his face online. And that, as long as the official statement from this office.
All right, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So everyone outside. Oh yeah, Johnny is too vain.
I was picturing more of like a podium setup, whatever kind of thing in my head. So okay.
Currently, none of that is set up. That can be set up at the security blockade within, minutes, 15 probably minutes tops, if requested. But everyone here is just fishing for a story.
Yo, JJ, what the fuck's going on here, mate?
Your party?
You're in CPD. Where the fuck is my podium?
Oh, well, I think you're going to have to talk to Lazarus about setting that up. Normally, first of all, I'm actually ICTF. We certainly don't do it. Idiot NCPD chooms maybe set up city council position things, but not usually. I think you're going to have to get your private guys to do it. And that would generally be correct, right?
100% correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's gonna change under Johnny Fox's mayoralship.
Oh, it's only a matter of time before I'm mayor. It's all good. All right, fine, fuck it. I'll walk back into the crowd and I'll be like, come on guys, we're gonna do this publicly or we're not doing it at all. Fuck.
Okay.
Fuck that. I'm gonna find the medias and get them to put the word out that I'll be making a statement in 30 minutes.
Okay.
Publicly.
Do you share with me that you're looking for an Arasaka representative?
Yeah. I will. I'll tell you guys that I want to find one as well. Yeah, I would have mentioned that. I want to try and find someone from Arasaka that might be down here for it as well. Just make sure they're in the loop.
I want to pull out the cop eyes and really try to turn it on the crowd and see if there's any undercover operatives or anyone who might be on an Arasaka contract, not so much representing Arasaka, but seeing what's going on here, working for Arasaka, that I might be able to pull aside and interrogate a little bit into, like Johnny can kind of do most of the interrogation or talking to them, but I'm trying to identify somebody. Probably not looking for somebody who's like obviously Japanese or something like that. Probably looking for somebody else, like another media or something like that, who's kind of like undercover for Arasaka. I know this might be a hard DV, but I guess that's what I want to do.
That would be correct. You could either use the good old-fashioned perception, or you could try to use streetwise to find that person, if they're of that person in the crowd that might stick out and meet these kind of criteria.
Does my amplify hearing and image enhance apply to this?
Absolutely.
All right, and I'm going to apply 2 of my 5 points of luck to this roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, as a note, this is going to take you some time to do. I'm going to get them into the crowd, into the docks, and get that story moving a little bit before I give you the result of this.
Absolutely.
Okay. Nice roll.
Not too shabby.
Okay. Johnny, Vertex, and Nan, follow you as you pretty much make your way through the crowd. You let people know. Media personnel are going to start moving around, making quick tidbits of story, but the crowd itself doesn't pay much mind to you, even though you stand out. Matter of fact, you pretty much walk right past Banana Kimball, and she doesn't even respond or even acknowledge your presence, almost like you were a ghost in the wind. You make it up this.
They seem to care a lot more about Johnny than us.
Okay, you make it to the actual security barrier, and pretty much one of the Lazarus officers come up. Johnny, you recognize him immediately as Sergeant Rutwater. He was actually in charge of the Lazarus forces in the dock. And he takes one look at you and he goes, "Sorry, don't get it. Oh, sorry, Mr. Fox. Please come on in. Hey, you two. What are you doing with? What are you doing following him? Are these people with you, Mr. Fox?"
With him.
You think a man like me gets shit done on my own? Fucking hell. I'm just the looks. These guys are the brains.
Understood, sir. They're they're expecting you in the main office, I'm sure.
Kind of walk by awkwardly, shuffle in.
He pretty much, moves the barrier slightly and lets you guys pass, put it back up, and, goes back to immediately me monkeying the crowd as you guys venture further into the docks. Traffic of the heavy vehicles, heavy machinery is actually quite low. And a lot of drones, cameras, all very clearly Lazarus Mark things, seem to be patrolling and mainly scouring the north side of the dock. Many security operatives, techs are actually walking behind it, data pads, agents, controlling the drones, scouring the area for any kind of information whatsoever. Forensics data, footprints, anything that might lead to this incident. It's clear as it's very clearly as you walk the 10 minutes across the dock as you get further and closer to the actual harbor master's office. With the darkness, the actual large LED plumes pretty much vibrantly glow the surrounding area, bringing in multiple colors, neon shades of actual light and luminescence. However, as you get closer to the actual multi-story harbor master's office, outside you will find a fairly attractive woman. She's got her hair in a ponytail, glasses on. She seems to be not really quite sure of herself, but the way she's kind of like almost huddled on herself. It's not really that cold of a night, mind you. She is smoking and drinking, pretty much has a cup of coffee there, looking around kind of with that nervous leg syndrome, tapping it. And upon seeing Johnny and yourselves, she almost lets out a very visible, over-exaggerated sigh, and she kind of slumps against the building and takes a drag of her smoke. Johnny, you will recognize this person as Sally. Sally's 5'2".
What's up, darling?
Not a lot of cyberware, mainly internal. She's got the build of a limp noodle soaking wet. However, when she makes up in her physical appearance, her mind is far beyond that of the normal choombs. She is entirely too smart for this office. She looks at you and goes, "Johnny, I am so happy to hear. You would not believe the day I've had. Come on inside. I'll give you all the info."
I get it. I'm always very happy to see you as well.
Opening, the automatic doors kind of open with a shirk, and you come inside to a very climate-controlled office. The auto blowers blow off a bit of moisture and any type of radiation particles you may have on you as you come into it's not necessarily a nice building in terms of like chic floors and stuff like that, but there is carpet, there is linoleum, it is climate controlled. There's a lot of pictures mainly about OSHA regulations. It's been 0 days since the last safety issue at the site. Don't be the reason for the next one. Talk to your
OSHA died with the fourth corporate war.
Oh no, OSHA's there to make money off of you not buying the corporate stuff they tell you to buy for safety. It's a Ponzi scheme. Now, It's far worse. Anyways, she takes it.
OSHA, you guys, is the office for like safety in the workplace. I forget what the actual
Office of Safety and Health Association in is a North American agency, prevents environmental dumping and things like that.
Yeah, it's like don't stand like it's like the people who enforce safety in the workplace in the U.S.
Supposed to prevent environmental dumpings and things like that. Here in the actual dark future, you actually pay them and they give you the authorization to dump your shit anywhere. Really there to help the major corporations and screw out anyone who's not paying them money to get away with what they do. They're an extortion racket now.
It doesn't surprise me.
Everything's an extortion racket in Night City.
I say to Sally, and I'm Nan, and this is Vertex.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you.
Sally looks at you and hands you the full cup of liquid, Johnny. I imagine Johnny probably doesn't drink coffee in the office place, being from overseas. Okay, but it is actually hot tea made at the office.
Yeah, fucking baller. Nice. All right, so we're going to plan then.
I'm the only hot tea around here.
She, you guys take the industrial ladders up 2 flights up to the actual harbor master's office. She opens the door, lets you on the side, cracks a window, and proceeds to start smoking a bit more heavily as she explains the information of what goes down. She brings up actually the computer terminal as well to actually show you a gruff picture of what is clearly a corporate goon. Big muscle, shaved head, cyber eyes, digital, techno jaw and chrome. He's got the actual Neuralink eyepiece and stuff, clearly framed out, clearly in a corporate suit that cost more than what you guys have spent this week. Is the picture. Which is a lot, yes. Okay. Comes in and and he's like 22, 23. I mean, he looks like fresh out of military training kind of thing. Kind of comes in like, hey, darling, how you doing? You see the video. Puts it down and you give this to your boss, you tell them they got 24 hours to make the statement, or else you're going to be the next person we come and tell who's going to do their job. Gives her a wink and go, has a great day, and leaves.
Who the fuck was that?
You're like, that's the person who dropped that document. The manila folder has been opened, there's a data pad in there, and there's a cred stick, that she pretty much dumps out and everything else. The data pad, as she boots up, has a very much statement of the official what Arasaka wants you to say, what happened here at the dock. And the dead cred stick, she pulls up and presses a button on it and shows you, the digital readout shows, 10,000 eddies. So
fucking hell. They're lowballing us a bit here, aren't they? All right.
But Johnny, you already prepared a statement.
Yeah, well, at least I'm going to have to change it a little bit, but that's
You're gonna take the deal?
I can't say I blame him.
You see him at the moment, he's still reading through it all.
Okay.
He's like a little delayed in his answer. Difficult to fucking say.
You're Johnny fucking Fox. You don't take orders from anybody. You do your own thing.
I'll look at Sally. How much of this is actually fucking true? What do we know of what actually happened?
Well, Doc came into our harbor 5 days ago. It wasn't made, it wasn't officially in the harbor, but they had access. Tugboats were actually transporting cargo back and forth. They didn't officially dock until yesterday. I saw going back, trying to look over any, footage and anything else. No one's been anywhere near that dock over the last 5 days. I can look back further. I just didn't feel the need to. But, if anyone was snooping around the area, it's when they first got here. We don't have underwater sensors, which don't record anything, but they do at least give activity. Did have activity happening the night of the explosion. Somebody swam to the location. It took them about 2 hours actually to swim a kilometer. Whatever person did this was clearly, not physically capable to do it. But they swam to the boat. They put in some
Or they were
charges.
carrying something that was fucking difficult to move.
hmm It exploded, and then the sensors picked up something twice that size swimming back. My best guess, maybe he was dragging something underwater from the wreckage.
So they nicked something.
Mhm.
Interesting. All right. Well, I mean, look, you're smart as a button. Thank you for the facts, but what do you actually think fucking happened here? What's your opinion?
She takes a long drag off for a cigarette and leans against the, by the open window. Honestly, I've never seen Arasaka, I've read the statement. I've never Arasaka see once not give a rat's ass about losing stuff and care more about the greater good of the city. That's horseshit. They're playing a PR campaign. That's clear.
No doubt. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, just considering the fact that that fucking dickbag of the actual council signed off on all this, agreed to help them without the actual congressional approval as sus to begin with. They've got their leeches already into a couple people in the city. I'll bet you anything they probably killed the harbor master too, because he said no.
Oh, no doubt.
She's like, we're not Johnny. I'm not strong enough to fight the Arasaka. I don't want to see you fight the Arasaka either.
Yeah, no, I ain't dumb. I ain't picking fights above my belt. Above my pay grade. I know when to play along for a moment. Doesn't mean we can't make a plan in the background, of course, but I think we need some more information before we do anything too fucking serious. Tell them to go fuck themselves now would not really get us anywhere, would it?
I agree. I think we make the statement. We try to put the best spin on it that we can in terms of making the statement they want, but staying true to your career. Because if they get any of the corporations to sign on this plan to start moving from martial law, that's what you want, right? She kind of says the chance to become mayor. So she's like, I play the game now. Worst case scenario, if they come back thinking they can pressure this office, we'll have a better chance then to actually maybe figure out who's the hand behind the goon, so to speak. She says.
I got a bit of an idea here. All right, I like this. I like this. It's a shame that so many people had to die. What was what we got in terms of numbers of casualties for this?
Just truth be told, Arasaka sacrificed their own people. The only people at the dock or on the boat for that entire time was Arasaka's personal security. They didn't even bother to move anyone out. That's the weird thing about this. So maybe 20 people. Not counting the riot that happened.
Yeah, how many in the riot as well? I want to count it.
87.
87 died in a riot?
Yeah. She's like,
it's a massacre, it's not a fucking riot.
Okay, well, considering it was hundreds of people from the zone. 87 injured, and or killed. I didn't. The information coming out of Watson General has been pretty much stonewalled. I don't know why.
Oh fuck! It'll get ugly, Johnny. No matter what you say.
Well, nah, it would get ugly no matter what. Somebody else says, but I got away with words. I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm pretty smooth.
I have noticed, Johnny. I have actually. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
if anyone can do it, it's you.
Meanwhile, outside, JJ, you're studying the crowd and watching people for the better part of 15 minutes has passed. And everyone in the crowd seems to be very engaged people in the crowd. It's one of those things you learn as a cop. Anyone there obviously wants to be there, is motivated to be there, and very much interacting with that going on, either holding equipment, carrying information, talking amongst themselves. None of them really bring up anything weird. The guy parked 2 blocks down the street on the opposite side of the thing, hiding underneath a broken light and by a corporate SUV, is sus as fuck, though.
Right.
Okay. So clearly someone who's obviously watching the situation. He looks well dressed. shaved head. Okay, large corporate unmarked SUV. You know the style: big black tinted windows. Bulletproof. Weighted chassis. It's designed to get around. And the guy's outside of it, pretty much chewing on a cigar more than smoking on it, but the end is still lit. And he very much is just watching the situation.
We pull up on him pretty fast, I think, and me and my other cop team sort of get out to have a friendly conversation, but sort of fan out as cops do to prevent him like taking off or something like that. And I don't want to be like too intimidating, but just want to be like, hey, want to have a word, Choom, and want to strike up a conversation and kind of be like crazy happening. Seems like we just let Arasaka back into town and already it's causing problems, but I think their reputation's worse than it ought to be. They've just, they're just on the grind, same as Militech. It's just Militech got more favor here in Night City. But I don't know. What do you think, Choom?
You roll up on him, and so 3 rolls real quick. You're trying not to be intimidation, but you're kind of trying to be intimidating. Is that correct?
I think I'm trying to be cop intimidating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that's very natural based off of you guys rolling up next to him and everyone piling out like that kind of way. But give me that conversation.
Okay.
You roll up on him, and the 3 of you guys all get out. Alpha, Brighton is not back yet from getting booze, and like he immediately like takes a stance. So you come out and start talking, and like that hand stays kind of on his side, but his I guess primary hand goes and continues to chew on the cigar as you talk and start talking about this. And he looks at you, and very clearly with, let's see if Bruno can pull it off.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Okay. With a, not necessarily forced, but definitely not like, a person who was raised in a Japanese accent, and speaking Japanese, he looks at you for a moment and goes, "Nani?"
I don't know any Japanese though, right?
Okay.
So
and kind
I
of.
don't.
However, give me a human perception.
Yes, I'm very good at that. Actually, I took a lot of points in that.
Okay. It is
Make up
clear
the-
from his body language that he did understand everything you said.
Oh yeah. Okay. Listen, the Dock Master here. What's Johnny's official title? Dock Master?
As of about 8 hours ago, yeah, he's the dock master.
All right. Yeah, the new Dock Master here wants to have a word with any stakeholder chooms. Are you? I think you need to have a quick word with my choom.
With clearly a bad forced Japanese accent, because Bruno may be a lot of things, but he's not a strong actor. I hold no stakes. Me here for show.
Yeah, I see choom. Come talk to my choom anyway, and I'm gonna kind of pull him along and bring him along to Johnny by force, making it clear that he's gonna have to physically resist.
As you go to lay a hand on Bruno, he immediately takes a defensive stance, and the facade drops and goes, "Oh, I'll come with, but keep your fucking hands off me." And he spits on the ground.
You got it. Just come talk to my friend here, I say, and
Sure.
lead him towards Johnny.
He throws his cigar on the ground and very firmly stomps on it. touches something on his hand, and you hear the automated lock mechanism of the vehicle behind him chirp twice, and he very confidently walks with you guys.
Hell yeah, nice.
Meanwhile, back to the docks. Johnny, Nan, Vertex, and Sally, you guys are in Johnny's now office, discussing what you would like to do.
Yeah.
As much as I hate corpos, I love corpos. Just from that scene. Sorry, just wanted to say.
I mean, kind of up to Johnny. He's got to make the statement. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, is there
Nah,
a coffee
baby.
machine in this office?
She literally points. You can clearly see that an actual coffee machine there. There's a pot of very strong smelling coffee, about 2/3 of the way, still kind of full. It's got
Awesome.
that smell of coffee that's been cooking far longer than it needs to.
Yeah. I'm gonna go, hey Nan, you want a cup of brown?
I'm alright, Vertex. I don't really drink much, if anything.
Alright. Fair enough. And Vertex is just gonna stroll over, make himself a cup of coffee, mix
I'll
in way too much sugar.
Take a cup of hot water.
It's sweetened.
Cup of hot water?
It's synthetic sweetened low sugar with powdered artificial creamer.
Just like Mommy used to make. So yeah, I will make me a way too creamy, way too sweet cup of coffee, and just a cup of plain hot water for Nan. Bring it over, and I'm gonna hold the cups like this, and I'm gonna go. All right, take your pick.
Give me the one I wanted, please. I don't drink coffee, and I'd be unhappy if I had some.
All right, and they'll hand her the cup of hot water.
I think the hot water helps to soothe Nan. Perhaps reminds her of a cultural tradition she did not get to share much in.
Nice.
All right. They're still fucking around here.
Got a statement to make,
assume at
Johnny.
this point, the crowd is gathering. Yeah, we got people turning up already.
You got people turning up. If you look out from the actual, like, this third-story office back that way, and you can kind of see the dock entrance. They are setting up something underneath, kind of a, like, something that they catch a little bit of mist and rain and stuff. They are setting up something official. They are pretty much badging people, and kind of security is kind of scanning things. So at this point, you will also see pretty much JJ and two of the cops escorting someone who looks very close to the person that actually dropped off the docket towards the office at this point. The security did not give you much of a headache when you showed him JJ your ICTF badge, and then he proceeded to show him a Arasaka actual corporate security passport. And he very much, like, Sergeant back right the fuck off, like, not my hand, not my jurisdiction. You have a great fucking day. But yeah, you can see this moving. They are probably, based off the half-an-hour limit, they've got about 10 minutes left, Johnny, before your statement.
Before we have got to this point, then there was something else I wanted to do, and I'm just
Go ahead.
I'm trying to find a point. Like, I've got the media to rile up the crowd, but I want to do something here as well. I'd like to reach out to whatever fans or whatever the fuck I've got already.
Oh yeah.
In order to bring as many of them down, because I want as many like pro Johnny people in the crowd as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Rocker boy magic.
Yeah. So I want other people like already cheering for me there, so that maybe that catches on a bit as well. You know. Sorry, did you say something?
No, I was completely agreeing with you. I'm just I'm just pulling up a character sheet to make a roll.
Oh.
You are starting to see more of a traffic kind of pull, starting to actually come in off the street, and a little bit of the actual, like, causing more and more congestion of the quarantine of the cordon off road between the zoners, causing their march. There's more of traffic coming in, and a more when I say a wide range of colorful crowd, there's obvious punks. Obviously, punk, kind of like young, multicolored leather chains, studs and spikes, kind of like people show up. But you're also seeing some like almost like shop owners real quick, a few people with cameras. There's an extra unusual scene of people starting to gather, about 10 to 20 people.
Can I use a chat +2 for that and make it 12?
I think we have one. I would say do it as long as that's okay.
If you want to do anything else, I was just rolling this because you did put the word out, and I was just using it as a guess. Okay, if you want to do anything more official on Johnny causing a sir, you can use that too and roll again.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted that to be, I wanted like a decent amount of people here. So if I could just boost that up by 2, that'd be I don't know why I needed, but yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, we just got a second +2.
All right.
So
sweet.
use it, do it.
Yeah, is that all right? What?
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
If you want to, go right ahead.
Yeah, let's do it. Cool, commit. We're in. Seeing this happen, seeing people rolling in, we're getting a bit of a crowd. How much has the crowd grown now between the media spreading the word out and me calling in fans and stuff?
There was probably about 20, 35 actual people in the crowd that's media orientated. Either independent or part of their crews and stuff. I mean, some of the personalities like Miss Kimball and stuff have like a 8-man entourage with her. There is clearly about 15 to 20 people here in the crowd that are clearly Team Johnny.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
It looks like some are still more trickling in and might be kind of late to the situation, but at this point, between the zoners on the street and everything else too, there's definitely a kind of a problem causing there that NCPD is legitimately trying to keep passe for one reason or another, and they're not just going to do riot disbursement tactics yet.
All right, man. This is how we're doing it. I'm going to give it a statement. That's what it is.
At this point in time, coming up the actual stairwell and everything else, JJ, Alpha, Deathhead, and this unnamed corporate person pretty much come into the office. Sally,
Hey,
kind of looks over and goes, "Who the fuck are you?" Oh,
Me?
okay. Oh, no, like seeing JJ come in, like, to JJ, "Who the fuck are you?"
CTF, I got a Choom I think you might want to talk to, and I kind of suggest towards Bruno.
Bruno,
it makes you feel better, Sally. I don't know what that stands for either, but he keeps saying it, so it's got to mean something.
I think it's Itty Bitty Titty Committee.
There's Cybercrime Task Force. Actually, they work in correlation with Max Tech, with actual cybercrime preventions. They'll handle the things that's outside of NCDPD's pay grade and not quite on the doorstep of a Max Tech assault squad. They're corporate lackeys and retrieval.
Makes it sound less cool, but fair enough. Still decent. It's better than being a foot cop, I guess.
Bruno looks over at you and goes, "You're the new Dock Master?"
Yeah, I am. Nice to meet you, man.
He gives you a solidly strong handshake for a person with linear frame and grafted muscle rays. Not in an intimidating way, just in that, like, firm handshake. He's like, "First introductions usually require names. My name's Bruno.
Oh,
What's yours?"
nice to meet you, Bruno. I'm Johnny Fox, future mayor of Night City.
He looks over at the coffee machine. "May I?"
Sally, would you mind grabbing our friend a drink?
Can
How'd you take it?
Okay. Do you have any of those poor quality instant hot cocoa packets? Sally's like, "Yeah, like put 2 of those into a container and fill it full of coffee."
That's a baller. I'm gonna fucking try that. All right.
Our future mocha.
So, Bruno, let's get down to business because I put a fucking time limit on this and we're kind of running out here. Not your problem necessarily. I got that, but look, you've given me a statement to read. Look, I'm going to read it. That's the. All right. Are we being a little bit sneaky about the way that we talk about this? I can say that hypothetically that happened if you want. That makes you feel a bit more comfortable.
It would make me feel more comfortable.
It's like,
So I'm really feeling the tension here.
let's get at least one thing clear with our first introductions. He's like,
Sure.
I may be a company man. I'm just the guy making sure you get this done. If this doesn't get done, then I have to do something, and I really don't want to. You seem like a nice guy, Johnny. I'd hate to have business come between us. That being said, my boss wants me to make sure you read that statement. Now, you put a spin on it, you do whatever the case, that's fine and dandy. People need to know Arasaka doesn't want to go after the people. They just want to see the city have a little bit more order in it. They are committed to the rebuilding of the city, and I can promise you my boss is committed to the education and well-being of people in the city.
Bruno, mate, darling, look, stop selling. You got me. I'm with you. It sounds like we want the same fucking thing.
Bullshit.
Right?
Fucking bullshit.
You don't have to sell me anymore. What I'm trying to get into now is the nitty gritty. If you're not the man I need to be talking to about that, maybe you hook me up with the person I do need to be talking to about that.
Ask your question. If I can't answer it, I will call my boss right now.
I'm going to give this statement. I'm going to say what you want me to say, not because you want me to say it, but because I actually kind of fucking agree with it. I don't know if you know much of my previous stuff. That's pretty fucking amazing. But look, here's the thing. I do want to put a spin on it. I want to put a show to it, because if I don't, nobody's going to believe a word that comes out of my fucking mouth when they watch any of the previous stuff that I've done. Right? And if we're going to make this believable, I need someone here from Arasaka that I can talk to during my little spin. Just a representative, because we're not trying to turn people against you. We're trying to make sure that your integration is beneficial to the city, which sounds like that's what you want, yeah?
It's like, I do. Let me check to see if I can get somebody here for that.
Of course, of course.
He pretty much reaches up to his ear, and you can see kind of like those familiar cyberware, a Chiron starts to activate in his eye, and he pretty much begins to sip on his, a dark brown macchiato, and, have a mental conversation with somebody. This proceeds to happen for, of course, about 15 seconds before he pretty much stops, grabs, pretty much, goes to reach for the office phone, stops himself, and goes, "May I?"
Fucking crack on, mate.
Picks up the phone, dials in pretty much a 16-digit number real quick, and pretty much tosses the phone at you, Johnny.
Oh, I was going to say I'll have to charge you 10 cents for the phone use, but I guess I'll pay it, and I'll put the phone off my ear.
Okay, it barely rings once before you hear the sound of almost a young adolescent, maybe 8 years old, goes, "My boy tells me he wanted to talk to someone official. This is as official as you're allowed to get at the moment. What's your questions, Mr. Fox?"
I want a representative down here to make a proper show of things.
Can't do that. Company
Why?
doesn't want any hands-on or public visibility with the situation.
But you want me to put on a good show, don't you?
Okay, indeed I do. Well, they do. I'm just the person that got handled with the nitty-gritty.
All right, so let me put this question to you. What can you do to help me put on a good show here? Because I want to make this fucking convincing. I want to make sure that the people are going to buy this and that we can move forward in the right fucking direction.
You hear some tapping almost on a keyboard, and the almost official tone of this maybe child kind of drops, and you hear him well, let's see if we can move this. I mean, the folks aren't going to care if. Let them know you can it's I can give you some leaked details of the current spendings going on and what we're dumping into the actual city sector of Night City, if that would help stem your maybe enthusiasm with what Arasaka is trying to do.
That would certainly help. Your man that's here right now, Bruno, the guy that I'm talking to. I need a guy that, is just going to play the face of Arasaka. Can we put him on camera for a second?
Oh, he would hate that. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, look, I need you to know, right, that you got to trust me for 2 seconds, because in the first 10 seconds of this speech, you probably want to go and put a bullet through my brain, all right? But just hold off for like 10 seconds.
You have the duration of your speech to actually sell the Arasaka angle. If not, I promise you, there is somebody with a sniper rifle that will handle the rest.
That's what I like to hear. All right, beautiful. Look, I don't know why, but God, this is all getting a bit too much. I'm getting a little bit excited. This hasn't happened to me in a while. Most shit's pretty fucking mundane these days. All right.
Donnie, that better just be a microphone in your pants.
Oh, mate, they don't make microphones this big anymore. All right.
It's like you hear the voice on the
Answer your
other
question,
side.
Uh,
I have informed Bruno to actually, when asked, he will actually give you details on Arasaka stuff going up. In case you're curious, we plan on putting 6 million eddies towards the rebuilding of public transit, 3 million to the actual rebuilding of the actual Arasaka Academy, with a current extra 3 billion being dumped in the school systems now. Finally, there will be an extra 2 million being put towards actual city development and reconstruction.
Sorry, so was that 14 total, is what I heard, Joe?
Yes.
I think so.
All right, well, that sounds pretty nice. That will be a good start. I'll give you that.
Good.
And I assume that there's a decent amount of that that's going to go to other projects as well, right? That's just the start.
That is just the start to show our commitment to this initiative.
Right. Let's do this then. Let's fucking go live. And you sure you can't get me with someone a little bit more captivating than Bruno? He's a lovely guy, but you know, he's got a face for radio.
Okay. Oh, I'm fully aware. He's my best bodyguard I have. I didn't hire him for his look.
What's your name, by the way? I didn't catch it.
Okay. Yeah. You can call me Skim Milk.
I'd
That is
prefer
a
not
terrible
to.
nickname.
It's their nickname.
I'm going to call you Leche. All right. All right, Leche, I'll talk to you in a bit, darling. Give me a shout after. I'm going to be jetting out. I've got some other business to attend to. I'll be back in a couple of days, and then we'll pick up and see what's all what, yeah?
Assuming you don't mess this up, I look forward to meeting you then. And the phone goes dead.
I turned to Bruno and throw the phone back. Leche thinks I'm going to mess this up. Clearly, they ain't worked with me before. Right.
He's like, well,
Bruno,
he doesn't really like, you know, he's like, he's born and raised in Neo Japan, so I can honestly say he doesn't like people with your accent. I, on the other hand, was raised here in the States, and I think what you're trying to do is amazing, Mr. Fox. That being said, I work for my boss, not you. I just think you're a cool guy. Business is business.
Either fucking which way or whatever. That's all good, mate. We don't need to like accents just to shake hands and make this city better. And at the end of the day, that's what it's fucking about, isn't it?
It is.
Cool. Then let's go fucking make this city better, Bruno. What about you, Choombas? You want to come with, or sit here guessing cups of hot water for a bit longer, or what?
Well, come watch.
I mean, you wanted a show. We're not really the best for TV, you know. Or at least I'm not. Vertex always got a glint in their smile, but not me.
All right. Well, look, you babes, take Sally then. Make sure none of you get seen. I don't want Sally being fucking front and center on this. Far too fucking smart to be in front of the cameras on this. If I do want to get shot in the head, then you know, we need someone intelligent trying again.
Where do you want us to take her?
I don't fucking know. Ice cream parlor, whatever the fuck you want, mate.
Thought we would stick around. If anything went down, we'd have your back, like that sniper we
If
heard
anything
about.
breaks down, mate, I'm gonna have a bullet through my skull. I don't think it's gonna be fucking anything you can do, to be honest with you.
Johnny, I
Don't
think there's a
worry.
lot we could do. Vertex is a med tech. You understand?
Slowly,
Vertex, how many people have taken high capacity, shots to the head and survived?
A surprising
Okay.
amount when I'm involved.
at this point in
I
time,
don't believe that.
especially those with you with cyber ears, you can hear the chanting of people outside carrying on from outside the dock. Johnny, Johnny, Johnny.
Johnny, that's your cue. We're sticking around, but we won't walk out with you, but we'll keep an eye. Sally's
Alright.
just gonna. We'll make sure she's safe too.
If you can make my show any more flashy somehow, feel free to like chip in with that as well. Just don't kill
That's all.
anyone. No, I know what you're like, all right?
I pull out my magnum opus, just kind of signaling that I'm going to shoot it in the air or something to make it a little more flashy.
Sally pretty much throws her cigarette out the window, goes over the dock controls, and like starts pulling up a display that's pretty much the dock lighting. And she starts turning off different lights across the dock to the shouts of people and areas of the dock, making sure the only path that's currently illuminated is from the dock master's office to that podium. Johnny, do you want to?
Sally, if this weren't a professional work setting, I would sexually harass you. Fuck me, you're too fucking smart for this.
Johnny, you're not fucking appropriate, mate.
She
Yeah, well, I said I'm not gonna sexually harass her.
It's 48.
It's really just the same as saying it, though, isn't it?
She's like, well, if you actually get someone with any real power, I might consider trying to sleep my way to the top.
Is everybody
There
a
we go.
fucking scumbag in this goddamn city?
To
Yeah,
be
pretty
fair,
much.
John, I will point out that at this point, Sally and I have worked together for a good few years, and I do consider her more of a friend than a colleague. Just putting it out there.
That's true. To be honest, I hate his cologne. Ty, do you want to do this before or after break?
Which one?
Your little speech.
No. Which cologne do you hate?
Oh no, it's like that one you normally wear, like beginning of the week. I'm not sure if it's like.
OckRaven what? It's like
Is that what it's
Spill on a
called?
Forest floor. How can you not fucking love that? All right, I'm gonna switch it up just for you. Nan, make a note of that, will you please? I need a new cologne. Maybe let's
Yep.
go for like a vanilla top and a Tonka base this time.
At that point, the crowd begins to get a little noisy, and I imagine,
Yeah,
it's like 5 minutes over at this point.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna be on time. Fuck that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just getting myself a little hyped up in the office at this point. I'll take a little Innocent Coke and a little bit more Smash. Just as we're doing this, I'm not going to do this sober. That would be fucking ridiculous. I think you asked about break. Do you want to do break now? Then we'll do it when I get back.
That's what I was asking you, if you wanted to do this now or you want to do it after break.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thank you everybody for joining us for the first half of Running the Night. We here at Cybernation have a couple sponsors. I'd like to put a big shout out to Lion Banner Games, Studio Agate, Free League Publishing, Sirenscape, Fantasy Grounds, Modifius Entertainment, and Loki Battle Maps. Thank you guys for your support here at Cybernation Uncensored. And most importantly, thank you for everyone joining us here at the stream. Let's put a little 10-minute on the timer real quick. Turn this off, turn this on, refresh that. And we'll be back in 10 minutes. Mics are hot, everyone. Chat, if you have any questions so far, go ahead and drop them in there. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as I'm back.
Thanks, chat. See you after break.
Mics are hot. Hello, chat. How you doing? You've got a one-on-one with Johnny Fox, the very same motherfucker that's about to take over Night City. So if you got any questions, feel free to hit us up. Nan is here too.
Mics are hot, but cameras are cold, right?
Yeah, mics are on, cameras are off. That's my understanding.
Nice. Perfect.
So if you got
now,
any questions for us, We're taking questions, whether that be about Nice City, about Sally, about non-spending habits. Frankly, they are questionable,
Out of control, really.
out of control. What do you spend all your money on, then?
Well, most recently it was a bunch of clothing to get into a club that I then immediately walked out of because of a dangerous
I fucking told
situation.
you I was going to be 2 minutes, and you were like, "Oh, I gotta go get some clothes for this."
Well, she's not the smartest. She's not the street smartest. She's very intelligent when it comes to tech and other such things,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
street smarts are not her
Are
forte.
you still wearing these clothes at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so, because I
Yes.
don't know when I would have changed.
All right, fair shot, fair shot. If it helps you, darling, you're definitely going to get a chance to use these clothes again. Like, we're gonna smash this. I'm gonna make sure I tell you out for a good time when we're wrapped up with business.
That's true. At least it's not a one-time usage situation.
100%, 100%. Not gonna be a thing. Depleted uranium cowboy. Where can I find more Fox? Well, he's got a radio station, but if you can't find it, that's on you. But you can also find him at Orkskull Studio. I'm just saying, every fucking Friday night.
Oh yeah.
Kicking off a little bit with Friday.
Yeah,
Night Fun.
yeah. I have a question for Ty, or for you, not for Johnny. Is if
Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, go on.
it seems that you've had like a bit of a rebranding recently. It's true.
Yeah, that is true. It's actually my own fault. I thought that earlier today. I obviously made the overlays for this, and I need to change it. But yeah, you can no longer find me at Stormbreaker Games. I got very enthusiastic about rebranding, so you can now find me at Orkskull Studio, and I'm doing a lot of streaming as of late. I'm streaming sort of 5 times a week. I'm actually streaming directly after this game as well. Like moments after this finishes, I'll be going live. So if you want to,
And you're mostly running D&D games on there?
so I'm mostly running D&D. I have a campaign world universe called Dust and Blood, which is a game that I started. The first one we started about 2 years ago at this point, and so I'm running 5 campaigns in the same world, all at the same time. And
That's
they
so
all
cool.
interact with each other. And
Yeah,
there's
is
a
that
lot of shit going on.
Sorry to
Is
interrupt.
that hard to manage?
Sorry, I didn't hear any of you.
Sorry, you go ahead, Nick. My bad.
5e rule set.
Rules, yeah. So we obviously, like with any homebrew 5e game, we do a reasonable amount of homebrew rules. Nothing major, just like a few tweaks and things here and there. And I've added quite a bit because we play at a reasonably high level. So 2 of the campaigns, which are sort of the main 2, are level 12, which is, you know, mid tier, but like it's getting up there.
5e is still like 1 to 20 basically, right? For levels, that's
Oh yeah, 1 to
5.
20. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I used to play 3e, which was 1 to 20, and then they added later you could go back. So, yeah.
Yeah, funny enough, I do a little bit of that, but we haven't had anyone like reach 20 yet, really.
Yeah. That can take years. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing for like 2 years and we're at level like 12, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. And then we do a Cyberpunk game as well every Friday night, which is literally just called Friday Night Firefight. It's Friday night, like UK time though, you know. So for you Americans, it's going to be like midday-ish or like afternoon.
I'll try to check that one out on my lunch on Fridays, because that should be around my lunchtime, roughly. No, I'll check over that.
I'm trying to get my stuff edited on YouTube, but I'm trying to like edit out all the NAF shit. So all the editing's taking a while. So I have 1 up so far, and I've got a backlog of 15 videos I have to edit. So that's probably I need to change my method on this, but yeah.
I'll have to check that out too. There was a few other people I knew who did sessions, like 3-hour sessions, and then they would edit them down to about 45-minute YouTube plays.
Yeah.
But I found they were a little bit too cut up, like a little bit too choppy. Maybe that's just a little bit of like editing. But I feel like when you go from 3 hours to 45 minutes, that's just cute. I don't know.
Well, so the one that I've done, we have 4-hour sessions, which obviously like a reasonable amount. We do a bit of a catch up at the start of the session. We do a break. We do whatever else. So the part that I actually recorded was about 3.5 hours, and then I edited it down to about 2.5 hours. So it's still mostly content.
Okay.
Yeah.
The person I knew who was doing it, she runs like other games and stuff like that, and yeah, she was I think doing about 3 hour sessions and cutting them down to 45 minutes, like over at least, you know what I mean, like over 50%. But it was almost too much, in my opinion. No, I'll check out yours when I get a chance, for sure.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Somebody said, "Dang, stop being so humble. Give us the Earl, Fox." If you meant for the radio station, that is super pirate. You know, I'm breaking laws to do it. I can't give you the name. If you want to see the Twitch, I am Orc Skull in the chat. So just click my name and that will take you there. Yeah, we have JJ back too. If you got any questions for JJ, here's up. Lol. Can you ever be less of a dick? No. No, to be fair, I like to play Johnny as a bit of a cross between being a dick but also supporting people. But he's all here for like personal growth and development and all that shit at the end.
Yeah, I've seen that. You want to see people succeed, as even if you do it in sort of a dicky way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. That's the line I'm trying to run.
To be fair, depleted uranium, it's kind of, you know, it's always that like slightly questionable thing. You don't want to really, you know, step on the channel that you're playing on's toes, try to promote your own and stuff. You know, trying to be humble, trying to be respectful here. Okay, you can click on him for all that, you know, sexy orc content though. Hot orcs in your area. Just saying.
That is my little go live announcement.
I like it. It always gets me. I'm like, what the hell is this in my? Oh yeah, this just them.
It's all fun, all good fun. But yeah, to let you guys know, Bruno's boss, Skim Milk, is a 8-year-old Arasaka brat, born and raised in actually Japan.
Great.
He's actually doing corporate work behind his actual parents, who are high-level execs. He's handling things behind the scenes and everything else with his own angle when he's not busy with school, as he is now a foreign exchange student just starting up in, you know, Night City, you know, education system.
So, I mean, we wouldn't know this as characters, but I got right over the table. Does he have like a contract with Arasaka directly?
No.
Or do his like parents? No. Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, no, he is
kind of works through his parents, sort of like works. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What he is legitimately what he is doing, he is playing corporate fixer behind the back of his parents, accessing their security footage, their security clearance to actually get things done to help them behind the scenes, but still further his own empire because he wants to quickly graduate out of the Night City education system as he feels it's beneath him, and quickly move into a more lucrative corporate lifestyle and not maybe starting at the bottom tier due to his efforts and activities.
We got 40 seconds. Hit us with one more question for somebody. Come on. It's your last chance.
I guess, you know, if nobody has a question, I would give you guys a little bit of background above table about the personality overclock chips. The premise behind them, just in case anybody is curious, they are poser chips specially tailored to yourself to be cyber antidepressant chips. Someone is taking these and tailoring them beyond the approved limiters within them. There's a bit extra things on it, but I don't want to give all the details on it just yet. But I at least want to give people a kind of an idea of what maybe that has involved in it.
So, yeah, you mentioned cyber depressants earlier in the session. Are cyber depressants like basically what you take when you get cyberware to kind of help your body adjust to cyberware? Or is cyber depressants, what are cyber depressants?
Cyber depressant is a chipware socket that is designed to give you a mood-altering benefits. Think of them as, you know, endorphin chips. They're designed there to, you know, make you feel better. Like antidepressants, people take in the here and now. I take my antidepressants, I feel better, life is less, you know, shitty. Cyberdepressants are the same thing. They're slight mood altering chips you can take. The bonus is more, in terms of if you want a game mechanic, typically the bonus should only be a +1, +2, at best, assuming you bought like a high-end one. But it's really there to make you be more perky and upbeat. Prevents negative thoughts, prevents maybe, it makes you more that bubbly, warm, outgoing kind of person, like antidepressants. Here now.
What's it called in have you read Android's Dream of Electric Sheep?
Not recently, and that's my problem. There's a lot of some of these ideas that things I put in my world that mirror a bit of it, only because I remember reading it in high school.
Yeah, that's like a main kind of thing, is they have these like emotion, I forget what they're called, but like emotion boxes or something. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's a fully original. No. There's lots of people who've done it, but it's really cool. And the whole cyberpunk sort of genre, like that book is a main inspiration for. So.
Oh yeah.
It's a neat premise. Okay, it was one of those like I could see Techie doing something with this and everything else, but that's a story for later. We are back. Johnny.
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Okay, just that fun heads up.
I sent you a quick
thank you.
private message before we start. Just before we get back into it.
No, but you can.
I can't?
No, you can if you want. I mean, you could technically do it in the office.
Oh yeah. No, I'll do that before we go, and then I'll take it with me.
Okay. However, to set the stage, Johnny, you leave the office. Most of the contingent of people don't necessarily follow directly with you. Maybe the couple lawmen do, just as security, the illusion of security.
Is there like a backstage area where we can stand?
I mean, you can stand
like
off the side
backstage?
Of this production behind the kind of like security fence and everything else. They've set up a makeshift stage. It's not the best. They've gotten some actual like tarp-based backdrop to bounce the light off of. There's a podium, a couple actual small like pocket speakers have been actually set up due to the actual Studio 54 people that are here. And he does have kind of an official area with lots of security, keeping kind of a line of media and everyone else back. As you guys are on this side of all of it, you can stand anywhere you want as long as it's not on podium. That would be considered taboo at the moment. Like on the makeshift stage.
Yeah, as backstage of an area as possible. Maybe just kind of like behind it or to the side, not on the stage, but just in a position where we can jump in if something starts going wrong, like snipers start taking shots.
The lawmen pretty much to either side, where most of the group kind of gathers up. The lawmen will take kind of the other side, with one of them kind of being on your guys' back.
Can we try and see, can we try and clock these I mean, they said there are snipers. Can we try and find them?
Absolutely. You're more welcome to try.
JJ, have you tried too? Because don't you have good
I have image enhanced, but I do not have telescopic. You would probably want.
Yeah.
Don't fucking worry about it. Snipers are only an issue if they pull the trigger, and they're not going to pull the trigger, so they're not an issue.
Johnny, would you rather us be careful or not? Plus, you're already on stage. I'm texting JJ.
Bruno's right there.
Go
ahead, Nick.
I'm going to do and apply my enhanced image.
Okay.
But not my hearing.
This would be perception, right?
Yeah.
Come on. I haven't had a crit all day. Nope. Still did the best somehow.
There's too many places a sniper would have visibility on the situation.
Yeah, any fucking building or.
I ain't see shit.
And as you guys are looking around, Bruno, who is here right next to Johnny, and you guys is like, one, you guys don't have shit to worry about. It's all on him. If he fucks up, you're not going to see where the ninja shoots from. I promise you that. Kind of looks over at you and goes.
Just got a second +2, by the way. Thanks, chat.
Bruno looks at you and goes,
4 from the session.
"Lead the way, Mr. Fox."
Fucking yeah, come on, babe. We're ready to go.
As you step onto the stage, okay, several people from the crowd, about 20 of them at this point now, scream, "Johnny! Tell us what happened! We believe in you, Johnny! Make the city better!" Some of the people.
Johnny.
He's just waving, and at some point he's gonna try and like just silence the crowd, just like, calm down. We're all good. I need to put a different tune on for this, just so I've got the
Johnny.
Are they trying to copy my accent? Is that what's going on?
Don't ask. Don't read too much into that.
Oh, okay.
That was me saying Johnny as the crowd in Nan's accent. So.
No, I like it. Johnny jumps up onto the stage. Summons, like, calls Bruno up, make sure he's actually next to him and standing in the back. And he just takes a moment to like look over the crowd. Once the silence there, and he's spending a bit of time. You can see he's really enjoying being there, but you can see the look of appreciation he's got for everybody for just turning up and being there. Oh, what are you rolling, man?
As you take that moment to appreciate, as you're taking that moment to appreciate this moment for Johnny, you can literally hear the sounds of Bruno breathing heavily, kind of that 1.5 feet behind you. And if you take a moment to kind of look back at him, he is sweating in front of this crowd of people with all the cameras, just like that deer in headlights.
Johnny reaches into his pocket and takes out the cred chip that Arasaka gave him, and he just like holds it up a little bit. He's like, anyone in the audience know what this is? Anyone?
Oh fuck, Vertex.
Somebody yells out, "It's a cred stick! He got paid!"
Yes, it is.
He's got a gun!
Oh,
buddy.
Arasaka wants to pay me to read some statement that puts him in a good light, makes it look like, you know, we should just bend over and let them fuck us in the ass. That's what they want me to do. They want me to read a pre-written statement for you, and they were going to give me all of the creds on here, which, by the way, it's 10,000 credits. It's not fucking enough, to be perfectly blunt with you. But anyway, Bruno here, he's a good guy. He's a nice guy, actually. I like Bruno. As an individual, he's a babe. As an Arasaka associate, he's, well, an Arasaka associate. You know what I'm saying? Bruno, here's your 10,000. Don't worry about it. And I'm gonna hand him the credit chip. Now look, I am here to feed you what Arasaka wants me to tell you. I'm here to tell you the truth of what's fucking gone down in the few days. Citizens of Night City, you know who I am. Johnny fucking Fox. Right? There is a message that is going around our gritty streets and even in the corporate suites of Arasaka at the moment. But let's talk for a moment about the chaos at the harbour. This is the instant that everyone's talking about. This is why you're all here. This is all you want to know about. So, you know, fuck Arasaka for a moment. Let's just talk about what happened here.
Tell it, Johnny. Tell us.
There's no easy way to put this, but this was a terrorist attack. This was a crisis sparked not just by the zoners in the freight stacks, but also, let's be honest, by the heavy-handed tactics of dock security, and that is my fault. It was a volatile mix. Tension, fear escalated pretty rapidly, and it culminated in Arasaka boat being consumed by fire. It's not the worst fucking thing in the world, but it is fucking unfortunate for all of us. It's going to cost us a lot of fucking money. Now look, this is the bit that surprised me. and I'll be fucking honest with you here. This is a bit that really surprised me. Arasaka isn't fucking crying about it. They don't want vengeance, which is a good thing. They led me a story. I didn't believe it, so I went and looked into it myself. Some of it was true, mostly that it was a terrorist attack from the zoners, if you want to call it that. I think it was a little bit of a failure on my part, and for that, I promise you to be better. But instead of advocating for vengeance, they want structure. They want a council to bring stability back to Night City. And while it's easy to be cynical about the motives, and he sort of gives a glance to Bruno, when they've come wrapped in, you know, a corporate banner, there is some truth to this. We do need order, but it's got to be our order, shaped by the people of this city, for the people of this city. And in this rare instance, as much as I fucking hate to admit this, I find myself in alignment with Arasaka's suggestion, but not their narrative. Right? Night City needs order, but not the kind that's forced upon us by some fucking corporate boardroom. We need council, the one that genuinely represents us, the heart and soul of this fucking city. For too long, we've been pawns in their games, our voices drowned out by their agendas. And let's not forget, Arasaka's return to our streets comes with a hefty fucking price tag in our favor, all right? They're paying a significant sum. I know that as an initial investment, they have already put in 14 million eddies. It's not fucking enough, frankly, but, you know, we'll keep fucking bleeding them dry until they make this city a better fucking place, you know? This injection of funds is a game changer for us. It's an opportunity, Night City, to rebuild, to rejuvenate, to reinvent, not the fucking corporate center like they want to do, right? But the things that actually matter to us. Yeah? It's time we look forward and not back. Unless these resources, use these fucking resources to craft the future that we deserve. It's time to claim our place at the table, not just to sit and listen, but to lead. I envision a council where every fucking district in Night City, every community has a voice. A council that embodies our diversity, our strength, our resilience. We need leadership that knows the reality of these streets, not just the view from the fucking top. Yeah? That's why I'm stepping up. Johnny fucking Fox. I'm not just another suit. I've lived the highs and the fucking lows of this city. I've walked your streets, I've felt its pulse, I've talked to every single fucking one of you, and I understand the people. As your representative, I fucking promise to bring your voice to the forefront. We'll build a council that doesn't just nod along to fucking corporate directives, but one that writes a new chapter for us. A chapter where each of us has a starring role. Join me in this journey, not just for Mayor of Night City, but for a revolution on how our city is run. Let's make decisions that benefit us, not just a few. Let's stand together for Night City that's truly fucking ours. What happened here was a tragedy. We can look forward, not fucking back anymore. Come on. Let's fucking hear it. Who's with me? Who wants to see a new and better day for each and every fucking one of us?
The crowd,
Yeah!
your fans start cheering and screaming at the top of their lungs. Many of the independent corporate, the actual media personalities that were here, the independent journalists, once looking for a scoop, actually are cheering and clapping along. You'll even notice that actually Miss Kimball, the actual news answer, has literally taken a moment to kind of like look at you with almost kind of like a smile or like something amusement before she immediately turns back to the camera and continue talking. All in all, though, looking across the crowd, you definitely tell that you naturally, through your words and impact, everyone seems to be completely motivated by it. And you'll even find Bruno behind you actually giving you a clap too. That was nice, Ty. I don't normally do things like this, but when my players do genuinely do something that I find amazing, I'd like to reward everybody. You guys get a reroll to spend at any point in time in this campaign that you see fit.
Heck yeah.
As a perk.
Thanks.
And because of exceptional role playing, I will actually I'm going to award Ty +1 to any stat of your choosing.
Oh shit.
That's cool. Oh god, I have no idea.
Oh, you just said it. Cool. Just kidding. It's locked in.
Okay, I
Okay.
guess it's logged in.
As you very much like take that point and wave, the crowd goes happy. Bruno claps and kind of leans in next to you with that like, you had me worried there for a moment. JJ, you catch the last little bit
As
of
he
it.
says that, I just want to add something to him, which I was trying to add earlier. But as he says that, I just like lean towards him a little bit as well, and I go, "I want fucking triple."
And I turned to into Vertex, and I'm like, he really fucking brought it around, didn't he?
Alpha gives you a
There's
nudge.
nothing that man can't do.
And I'm convinced there's nobody who's not a fucking scumbag in this goddamn city.
JJ, Alpha gives
Oh,
you a
no,
nudge
he's still a scumbag,
and
but
kind of
he's our scumbag.
gives you a motion towards the window, and you can actually see about about a block and a half down, part of a window, the last glimpse of it shutting.
Yeah.
That kind of
Yeah.
like,
Kind of saw it too late, but at least we saw it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least we saw it. Yeah, gotcha.
They can keep their promises.
Kind of that
I'm
like,
gonna, try and silence the crowd down again as well. I appreciate it. Like I let it go on for a while. If anyone's got any fucking questions, this is your time. Like this isn't a one-way conversation. If you got questions for me, I want to hear them.
someone from the crowd immediately chimes up like, how are you going to, that's not supposed to be there, sorry guys, how are you going to actually, bring it out of council? Night City is, currently supposed to be run by council members anyways out of each district. What's your plan from here?
Yeah, it's a great fucking question. It's a great fucking question, honestly. The council that we have at the moment is not leading. I don't think they have. I don't think there's enough of them for a start. The council that we have does not represent a broad enough, majority of the people that actually fucking live and work and, have their lives in Night City. I mean, how many fucking council members we got right now? And then I'll say the number because I assume I know, but our character I have no idea. How many council members we got?
They're like, someone's like 67?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
You think that's enough to represent all of the fucking diversity in this city?
Like,
How many of those actually have a say in what happens either?
some people chime up with, every district's got a person, every representative, every corpo's got a name, private interest got a name. There's too many people, and the crowd starts revolving and yelling at each other.
He's going to jump down off the stage and walk forward. Interesting that you think there's too many fucking people right now. So what would you prefer?
Okay. Ooh. That roll here real quick. Some people from the crowd start arguing, and some of the media people, start arguing, yelling about, well, we need a mayor. No, we need an actual, actual proper democracy and everything else. Just let the corporations read. They're already in control. Okay, the city's too bad. The city's too.
Whoa. No. If there's one thing I know, is that we do need a fucking mayor. We have councillors running, just doing whatever the fuck they want at the moment without any sort of guidance, without anybody ruling in on that. That's what I'm stepping forward for. Between us, we can do that. And I'm going to open up my doors, my office, to you. I'll come, talk to you, listen, take part in the fucking community, and I'll take that back to the council with each of their diverse ranges. And frankly, I think as much as corporations have to offer us, most of that is going to be fucking cash, right? We need money to invest in things, but we got to stop them having such a word in what's happening in the day-to-day shit, right? Just give us your cash and fuck off.
Charismatic impact at this point.
Oh shit. Can I steal a +2? We got 4 unused at the
Use
moment.
them.
Do it. Thank you, culture nerd. At this point too, could I like be scanning the crowd now for like not necessarily Arasaka? I feel like we're pretty confident that they're not gonna hurt us, but like any other interests who might not be so happy with Johnny's position that he's taking right now? People who look like on the verge of violence, like that kind of thing.
By all means, roll. Give me perception. Streetwise, maybe, if you feel more accurate to
Oh my
it.
god, damn it! That's a full.
You're getting more +2s from chat, so you know.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna use it on this one anyway, so I don't. Yeah, I appreciate that chat, but it's not gonna help anyway. And
But JJ can
in
roll.
this circumstance, I mean. But it's just something I'm like looking out for, just because you know there could be any number of people that want to hurt any of us right now. I mean, like we've already experienced this tonight, so.
It looks like, you know, what you see a bit briefly over the crowd. It looks like a lot of Johnny's fans are definitely living off his words and absolutely 100% behind Johnny's plan. It looks like the major news outlets, though, the people actually affiliated with, you know, Studio 54, they've lost the narrative. But the independent people still just kind of seem to be on the fence. But then again, you're not, you know, you're not too sure, but you can definitely tell by how they're using their tech. The crowd chants up. A lot of people start doing their independent things. Johnny, you still kind of sitting right there. What's everyone else kind of doing through the course of this?
I mean, keeping an eye, but I can't fucking. I'm not noticing shit, so.
I guess the same. I'm kind of, now that he's kind of done his thing, I probably want to get on the road and get that money for returning Luco. So I'm sort of like, my mind would go back to getting that money and kind of getting things moving along towards that.
Yeah.
I'm not rushing anyone per se, but it is like, let's get on the road kind of thing.
Yeah,
So,
I don't want any shit to go down that prevents us from collecting that. You know what I mean?
well, we have Luco with us, and he's still in Night City. So Night City's not a safe place for anyone. He's 50,000 eddies right there. We got to return him.
Yeah.
So.
I need Johnny, as you're kind of doing this and wrapping up, I do need a random persuasion roll from you. And how long is Johnny going to sit here with the crowd?
Honestly, not much. Not very
Okay.
long. Chat's been a dull and giving us a load of +2s now. We haven't got a huge amount of time left, so I'm gonna grab another one. And we've got another 4 after that. So I start
Using guys. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, can I re-roll that?
Yeah, +2s. You can use them like luck.
Well, no, you said we got a re-roll, right?
That was still a 17 though, dude. You might just want to throw a +2 on that.
That was
you have
+2. That's the +2's built into that.
Yeah, we already had +2.
Oh, got you.
That's still pretty good. What am I rolling for the moment? To try and convince the crowd?
No. This is just a random roll I wanted for when you for what you said to Bruno.
17 is not too shabby. Oh, fuck it, I'll take it.
With a 1, yeah, that's still not. Yeah, okay. You're wrapping up, shaking some hands, taking some quick pictures, answer some random questions of, you know, what's your plan, where we can hear anything, and Bruno steps up and kind of pulls you to the side. Bruno's like, "You're slick," says quietly, "but you're not that slick. This card's empty." It's like,
What did he say? What was the last bit? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
"This card's empty."
Yeah, I fucking agree. Plus, I got an AV picking me up any minute, so I got to bounce. All right, Bruno, we good? You don't want to put a bullet in my brain?
No, they seem to be happy. It's like, he reaches in a pocket though, pulls out another credit stick, and goes, "Here's an extra 5.
I didn't hear the amount. What is it?
Here's an extra 5.
All right. Well, I'll do, I guess. I'll get the rest next time we meet, yeah?
Okay. Absolutely.
give him a
You got
wink
that
at this point.
chance. He says, and reaches out to shake your hand.
He's got a
Yeah,
gun.
I'll shake your hand.
He gives you a firm handshake,
Thank
pulls out a cigar,
Yeah.
lights it with a lighter from his pocket, and proceeds to take off. You all
Been a pleasure.
reconvene.
I'm gonna, as I'm walking to the group, I'll pull out my agent, and I give Marco a call about what we spoke about before, and see if it's on the way. I'll drop him final location.
Are you talking for your meetup with your fans?
No, with Luco's dad. What's his name?
Oh,
Marcus.
Marcus.
Marcus. Okay, sorry.
Okay, for an
Oh,
AV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's got you a landing plate and everything else squared away.
Sweet. So I just want to get the final deets on that, and then I'll meet up with the group. All right. Who wants to go fucking take Luco back?
Yeah,
Boy.
you get to actually. It's not too actually far. Just outside of the Watson area, just outside the Watson military area. There's actually a upscale AV landing pad and everything else there. He is completely, has one actually squared away that can transport you all. It's technically one of the 6 to 8 seaters.
Oh yeah, I didn't fucking let you guys know this, but whilst you were doing some raid on the nightclub, again, not a great idea, but I thought, get our cash a little bit quicker and get this all squared away a bit quicker. I thought, give his dad a call. He'll send an AV out. He's got to have one, right? So we're just gonna chat over there in an AV.
A fucking AV.
Now, JJ, I'm only going to say this once. The guy that's flying the AV, he does have a couple of eddies. Pilots get paid pretty well. Don't try and raid his house, all right?
Did you say an AV? I'm gonna get to fucking ride in one of those. I don't
At
think
least it really lands, I say.
I don't think Nan's ever ridden in an AV.
Alpha
Well,
Dead
it's
had.
not the highest I've ever been, but it's still pretty cool.
Like it would be pretty rare to experience that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, you guys
Yeah,
have
unless
it.
you
Right?
like own one.
right,
I mean, you maybe.
right, yeah, for like a street kid.
Lawman probably has at least once.
Yeah, no,
Vertex, an AV isn't the most impressive thing you can ride in, considering of some of the more exotic things you grew up riding in. Living in high orbit. So
Yeah.
but it's kind of like It's kind of like like riding in a helicopter. It's probably something most people haven't done.
Yeah.
It takes you guys about 10 minutes to go from here to the actual AV hangar. Park your vehicles. It is going to cost 100 eddies a day to leave your vehicles parked here.
Well, I don't have a fucking vehicle. Who's got a vehicle?
Luke who
Whose
does.
vehicle is it?
Okay,
Oh,
and
Luke
JJ
can
does.
pay for that. Oh, well.
Luco drops in. Nick? Go ahead.
And there's no exception for police parking.
Mm-hmm. Livery vehicles.
They paid double for gang members.
I mean, as a thought, why don't we just have
There is.
JJ's boys drive the cars back where they need to, where they need to park?
Okay. It's discounted 50% per day.
All right, I'm gonna need a receipt for that, Jim.
It's on your ticket and everything else.
Yeah.
It's just you pay when you leave, kind of thing. You can't get out of the facility legally without paying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just noting that I have a copy of the receipt for future reference.
Correct. Heading up to the roof though to actually hangar number 4. At this point it's between 10 and 11 p.m. at night, slightly cloudy, with almost a full moon, shining down upon you guys. You will find a luxurious, not necessarily like super luxe, kind of like corpo luxurious, but it's a well taken care of, well used AV. It actually will sit 8. Okay. Depending on the size of people, and if all 8 of you fit in, i.e., Luco, you 5, and the Lawman, it will be a little shoulder to shoulder kind of cramped.
That's okay. I'll sit in Nan's lap.
Oh, Vertex. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, Vertex.
There is
I
cargo.
guess.
There's cargo space and stuff as well. About going to hold actually several probably cubic meters of gear and space if needed. It's a larger actual AV6, AV8 series, AV craft. Brighton and them kind of look at you like, you want us to take care of the vehicles and stay in town? We coming with.
Come on, Choom. I might need your firepower. Might need your backup. It might be fun too. Get out of town, and we can drop you off with your choombas that were out there too if you want.
Kind of growl a little bit and everything else.
We need the firepower. We don't need any fucking firepower. We're just gonna go in and drop this kid off. We're good. Good.
Okay. They bring three.
It's better to
Don't get me wrong.
have
Don't
it,
get
not
firepower.
need it,
That'd
and
be
need it,
great.
not have it.
They bring three. Brighton brings 3 cases of like 32 packs of Smash in with them, and you guys all load into the AV, pretty cramped up. And
Not
the
gonna
doors
lie,
will
they
close.
make me feel a bit uncomfortable, but
You guys get loaded up. They put some choice.
Would you rather sit in my lap instead?
Why are you uncomfortable? Why don't you just go jump in the fucking co-pilot seat or something?
I thought there wasn't that much room. No, it's not. No, it's not the room. It's the big, beefy cop guys kind of scare me. You know?
No.
You guys
They're
all
not my
load.
chooms.
Pilot. I'm trying to get an idea of where the pilot lives.
Pilots in the cockpit. There's actually one central cockpit kind of slot. This larger AV craft was typically used for either military purposes or trauma team purposes before the refit. So there's kind of a as you guys get in the back, there's a doorway hatch you can open. The pilot's up there and it looks at you back and goes, "Howdy, y'all."
Howdy, Choom. Nice to be riding with you.
Hi.
Okay. Name's Avery. Avery
Hey.
Lone Gun. Oh, hey, Luco. Hey, Avery. Where? Avery kind of
Avery.
stops and like, man, where you been? What you been up to? Like, how you doing? Fine. I'll fill you in all about it. Let's just get in and
Hey,
go see Pops.
Avery. Treacle. My choom here, Nan, is kind of excited about being in an AV. Never ridden in one. Would like to see how it works. What can you do in terms of like hitting them up, showing them the works here?
Oh, once we get back to the ranch, at this point, Avery has dropped his quote unquote family accent. It's like, we get back to the ranch, I can actually, take you apart, show you to the hangar. We've got all kinds of fun toys there you might be interested in.
Really?
Cool.
You're
I'd appreciate that.
not joking. You've
Oh,
got-
yeah. And he
got
has.
more of these.
As he begins to close the door, he starts to loudly over the interior intercom begin to describe you guys the Jones family ranch. You guys take up into the night sky, turn into the actual southeast, and leave Night City once again. As usual, running into the night, hoping to make a butt. The last day and a half has kind of, reflects on you as Avery here begins to talk much in depth about the Jones family. For some of you, it's been a quick ride. For other you, almost intense. Between being broke and now flushed with cash, flying in an AV, to some place that's supposed to have cyber horses and flying motorcycles and mining and actual industrial farms with actual, proper, running, food and water and completely, standalone society, a gem in the wasteland. And you stop to think to yourselves going, And for some of you, it's been a long 24 hours.
Yeah.
And you may nap in the car. Yep. Thanks for the heads up, guys. Appreciate that. Keeping me on my toes.
Before we leave Night City, could I library search Avery Lone Gun, see if I could get an address?
Okay. Avery Longton, there is nothing about him in Night City. This will be your first actual data pull search about him.
Fair enough. Just thinking about what Johnny said, I thought maybe a good idea.
Indeed.
I'm thinking could be an ECAF E-man. Try variations on the spelling.
Connection is going to be spotty in between here and there, okay? But a larger group of fans will be heading that way. towards the actual Jones family ranch. Avery describes about it in much in-depth detail of the actual kind of standalone old sci-fi western town that they have created, the saloon, the actual general store, the hydroponic center. They actually got a full tech shop and everything else, and even a few friends out in the wasteland. For some of you, it's just the complete perfect tone of nonsense to have you fall asleep. For other of you, it is actually, for Nan, it is absolutely the most exhilarating conversation you've had in a while.
Yeah, Nan is just like talking shop, Oh, is this the Dermison 35? Like, like she just knows all the like words and stuff. I mean, so her specialty is not air vehicle tech by any means, but she still has a pretty solid air vehicle tech, like compared to the average person with a base of 10. So she's just like very like a kid in a candy shop.
With the AV, though, the flight takes takes about half the time it would have taken with by actual by car. Instead of arriving, almost sunrise at this point, depending on problems on the road, you guys will arrive probably about 2 to 3 a.m. Saturday morning. You'll be pulling into kind of the outside area of town. Kind of an actual hangared AV area. They've got 2 AV craft, about a dozen or so actual hover cycles. You guys will actually notice a stable of actual full-on cyber horses. Please check your journal.
Insane.
If you would like to see any of the pictures.
Yeah, I actually did see that.
That would be
So
one
sick.
of them. And about this point in time in the morning, even as you guys land, this person actually will pretty much approach from one of the barn houses and come check what's going on. And Luco kind of sees him and hey little brother, how you doing? And the apparent little brother, picture described, will literally walk up and deck Luco right in the gut.
Yeah, that was coming.
Yeah, we kind of just step out of the way and let that happen.
Okay.
I'll pull a gun.
Okay. Spits on him and go, goddamn son of a bitch, you think you can just walk out in the fucking family, leave me your responsibilities, and your punk ass can come back here like nothing fucking happened? You're lucky Pops is not awake at the moment. Luco's like, hey, bro, take it easy. He goes, shut up. I'm mad at you. Picks him up and gives him a hug. It's like, I know, man. I know. Look, it's been a long night. These guys need to get some sleep. I'd like to catch a nap before the entire family finds out I was back. Can we just head over to the bunkhouse, please, and get some extra rooms? Like, they can. You're going to the main house to get cleaned up. Luco kind of sighs and all right, lead the way. Reckon. You boys get yourself a nice little sleep over there. Okay, you need anything, kitchen open up here in a couple hours. Ma will be happy to take care of you. Don't do anything there you'll regret. Welcome to the farm.
Doing things I regret is just kind of how I operate.
Why?
Don't do anything they'd regret.
The low lighting of this makeshift metal and wood town still hangs in the early morning with the actual almost full moon shining down. It is right out of some storybook style, old western style town. You still got newer tech here, things like that. You've got your cyber horses, they got running water, electricity. There isn't manure on the fucking streets or anything like that, but for anyone,
poop, right?
if any one of your characters is kind of a movie entrepreneur, you can go ahead and give me a concentration check. Anyone that's not, you can go ahead and actually just give me an education check. As there's actually here at the Jones family farm quite a few movie references.
Terrible roll.
God damn it, of course it'd be Vertex.
Of course.
It fits.
Okay. Vertex, these are out of some old, Hank Williams, John Franks, lone gun style, like all the classic older style black and white, maybe even turn of the color movies. Some things that they definitely have on radio, actual digital recordings, like, in the colonies and stuff. They still have those files that they weren't damaged during the crash. This, Shady Land Ranch, the actual, Montgomery General Store, Berks County, barracks, Ma Gretchen's, House of Foods. Like some of these things are either, even the way the buildings are designed, would be directly out of ripoffs. Who Marcus, I guess, if he built this place, he's obviously a fan of older cinema to one degree or another.
My pops would love this place. This is awesome. I gotta bring my folks here one of these days.
Right?
Yeah.
Avery kind of, bumps you guys like, I'll lead you over and get you guys some bunks. Come on. You're probably tired. Like, Nan, go ahead, Nick.
Let's get paid first. Let's get Luco back to Daddy and get the eddies in our pockets. Then we can catch some seeds.
Let's wake him up. Come on.
It's
I'm
like,
tired.
well,
I want to go to sleep. Let's wake up.
kind of like looking at you guys and looks back at the brothers walking towards the house. He's like, sure, come on. Let's just stay back from the immediate splash zone, all right? And you guys follow about, 20 meters behind the brothers as they, shoulder to shoulder, kind of, chit chat, and their southern drawl becoming bigger and bigger and bigger as Luco goes from kind of that, slight country boy accent to a full on, well, I reckon Pa's going to be quite angry about what I did, but I got the deets right here. You'll be really surprised what them, shady, the city slicker's been up to here in our country. Well, you better not. I'm going to beat your ass from one side of the ranch to the other. Okay, watch all the farm folk laugh at you while I do.
Fucking family, let's go. I don't want to get into the fucking drama.
Yeah, culture nerd, you got the right idea. However, as they head to the main kind of shady land ranch house, kind of open the door, you will literally begin to hear larger shoutings of an older woman that quickly dies down, and then you'll see the kind of like third-story light of the building kick on, followed by the rest of the lights and muffled shouting and yelling. With your amplified hearing, JJ, you can easily hear an older gentleman like, "What in the hell's going on here in my house?" And come rocking down like, "What the hell you boys been up to it? Luco, is that you?" "Yeah, Pa, it's me. You get your ass over here and give me a hug." As you guys kind of like, Avery's kind of like slowly approaching the door and everything else, you guys like open the doors and peer inside, and there on the top of the stairwell, a older kind of 50-year-old, slightly heavy-set man, balding head, scruffy beard, mustache, in a bathrobe and a pair of actual, glow-in-the-dark neon boxers. Beats lights at night, guys, just saying. Kind of hugging at the top, hugging, on the stairs.
I kind of adopt a little bit of a old cowboy drawl and sort of say, well, I don't want to be interrupting this family reunion, but a little matter of the pay to attend to.
Luca looks back and, Marcus looks down like, "You the city slickers that brought my boy back?"
That's us.
Yeah. Caleb, go get the case. Comes down and everything else, and reaches over and like, "I'd like to thank you for bringing my boy back. Looks like he learned something maybe along the way. What'd I tell you about getting your face damaged?" It's like, "It's the only money making you got, boy." It's like, "Oh, come on, don't be like that, Dad." Caleb walks over to the actual front parlor room and everything else, and picks up a case and brings it on over, and Marcus grabs the case and puts a thumbprint on it, and the thing unlocks, and he kind of sets it down here and go, "Appreciate it, boys. Why don't you give yourself a nap, maybe a shower in? Mom will have breakfast ready in a couple hours." It's like, "Dad, Pops, I got the info." "Great, you can go sit down and over breakfast. Tell me about what's going on." Then they proceed to head upstairs. And it's like, "Well, Amoebus is up no good." "Well, you better be able to prove it." "I wouldn't have come back if I didn't actually have proof, Dad." All right. We'll sit down and have a family powwow. You got, this is what you say it is, then I guess we'll have to sit down and actually go, summon a war council. And it's like, well, that's kind of the point and idea, Dad. It's like, all right, Caleb will let them know. Caleb, sits at the bottom stairs and kind of gruffs and looks at you guys and looks at the case and kind of hands it and reaches over and kind of like motions to you guys with that, like, this is your responsibility now. Who accepts the case?
I'll take the case.
You hand over. It is a large, reinforced
Is it?
briefcase.
Good for bonking people with.
And I thought it would be like a money transfer. I didn't realize there'd be like a real steel case like in the movies.
Vertex is gonna slap the roof of the case and be like, "This bad boy can fit so much blunt force trauma in it."
And credits, I hope.
Well, let's get somewhere a little less crowded before we crack this thing open.
Avery leads you guys back
So-
across town to one of the bunkhouses. He put behind it are a bunch of smaller cabins, and he sets you up in pretty much cabin 17. It's it's got a couple beds. It's got a real nice futon and recliner sofa, little private kitchen area.
Nice place.
Okay. Well, you'll hear the bell when you hear 2 bells is breakfast. Don't be late. Avery says, and pretty much leaves you guys there. It is a rustic, old-fashioned wooden cabin. Actually built with actual wood logs. When pawned closer inspection, it is synthetic wood, but it really does have almost that real wood look and appeal to it.
All right, boys, let's divide up these eddies.
Opening up the
No,
case, you will find 50,000 eddies, mainly in $100 eddy bills, all set up in stacks inside the case. Looking it
I think
over and
that's
everything
clever.
else, it is older style currency and print. Definitely something that you must have had since before the crash.
But still legitimate, like fully legitimate. and
Looking it over, 100% legit. 50K cash.
So 12,500 each, basically added to our character sheets at this point.
Oh,
All yours.
fuck, that's so much.
Just making sure we didn't have to like get the case out of here or something like that.
No, it's legitimately like above table. Like, just to clarify your guys' suspicion, there's nothing sketch going on here. It's 50K cash. It's yours. Okay.
Got it.
We fucking did it, you guys. We're fucking rich.
The whole uneasiness of the situation is because you are definitely not in your guys' comfort zone because this is
More
ranch
money
life.
than I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
Vertex, throw
Get it
a
in.
cred stick at me. Throw a cred stick at make it rain.
Vertex just like takes the giant pile of cash and just starts like,
Yes. I don't know how creds is. They're just like computer chips that you're
No,
just
no,
like
it's
tossing at me.
it's paper
it
eddy.
is like money.
Man,
It's money.
it is actual
Money.
paper eddy.
Wow.
Like, it is actually pre-war paper eddy too. In terms
Wow.
of like print quality, it's not horribly damaged or reclaimed or tried to be resalvaged kind of thing. He gave you 50,000 eddies in cash.
We gotta fucking we gotta launder this.
What we gotta do is dance. And Vertex just keeps making it rain. It's like showering men with money.
All right, Vertex, I'll dance. This once. And Vertex does this like side to side fist dance. As the money falls.
You gotta work on your moves, love.
Death Head and the rest of the law, and the rest of the bigger lawmen have the kind of cabin next door. Death Head and Alpha both crash out. Brighton's on the porch, which could only be classified as drinking angrily. And the rest of you guys are inside. Do any of you, as a note, try to catch a nap?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we should probably grab some sleep.
It's late, right? It's like nighttime.
The AV would have got you guys there in a couple hours, so it's pre 2 a.m.
Yeah.
on Saturday morning by the time you guys get here.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's tired, and we just had a big fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
Had a big fucking day. We need rest.
So
I mean, I'm not like injured or anything mechanically, but I bet I'd be
Tired.
like exhausted.
Yeah. I'm just not,
Yeah,
not trying to
no,
cut your guys' scene. I'm just for the narrative of the
No,
story.
this seems like a good place to cut that scene. I don't want to keep awkwardly dancing. We can fade out from that. I'm happy that we got so much fucking money, though.
Yeah.
It is
'Cause
about
that's a lot of money.
right. Like they'll help out in all kinds of different things. Assume depending on the narrative you guys want to take with that. However, it is about 7:30, 8 a.m. Okay, before the obvious sun being up, beating down on the cabins, the warmth in the actual cabins themselves, the heavy noise of almost a civilization come to life, is proceeding outside the cabin in kind of the ranch life. You hear actually the sounds of commotion and vehicles, horses actually making those neighing sounds. The occasional gunfire here and there, and the revelry of almost a family reunited, with the extra yells and commotions of other things going on. You all begin to wake up, and the one thing very clear that you guys all acknowledge first is perception checks, please.
Perception.
Let's
Sound
see if I
yes.
can roll not a 1.
Sound yes. Sight no.
I'm going to use one of our +2s from the chat because
Use them. You're running low in time.
Yeah.
I got the one. There you go, Nan. I stole your one for you.
Somebody else interfered with my roll.
Dice on the table. That's totally a thing. Yeah, you gotta love it. As a fun note with that, if you actually kick over somebody's roll and stuff, things change like that. However, most of you wake up to the most unusual smelling thing in the world. Some of you eat kibble, some of you eat pre-pack. Occasionally, you might even go out and actually get some food. But whatever they're cooking smells amazing.
Johnny,
you smell bits of
is that-
meat, fried meat, or potatoes,
bangers and mash.
seasoning, or chili. There's the sounds of commotion and revelry. Johnny, you hear the thing you make out more than the food is the sound of people apparently arguing about "I was told to be here," faintly at the far side of
That's what I
town.
was looking for.
Oh,
100%.
Johnny,
That's what I was looking for. So,
Is that the smell of
what did you
bangers
say?
and mash? Is that the smell of bangers and mash? Just like home.
As you guys begin, for
Well,
most of
Because we're
you,
both from England. We like bangers and mash. I know what people like from England.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That is my number one. That's my go-to.
And
Okay.
if they're making it, he said meat and potatoes.
so
Yeah.
most of you
Might be a bit janky, but we can do it.
I mean,
will make your way to the actual, pretty much Gretchen's food store, and there's long tables that sit 40 people at a time, and there's actually 3 of them in here, and there's literally almost a cafeteria style assembly line in the back. It's about a 70-year-old woman with cyber hair. She's got tech hair. She's got almost like a hippie style outfit and glow beads on, and she is working with the energy of 3 people back there, chit-chatting everyone up in the most warmest smells of cooked potatoes and vegetables and eggs and meat, steaks, sausages, and actual porridge-based stews come rolling out of this place. Before you know it, you literally find yourselves in the actual line, getting. And she's literally, "Oh, I haven't seen you. Oh, you must be hungry." 3 plates worth of food, scooping on helpings of stuff, of fried potatoes. And just, "I want some of that." Dump, dump, dump.
Nan is just fucking scarfing it down like an animal. Oh
What?
my god, this is so fucking good. I haven't had this throughout this campaign, I feel like Nan has not generally partake and like more than the bare minimum, because she doesn't like the food in Night City. Like, it's gross and it's not good, and she misses it, like real food. And so her getting to come here, even if it's not the best ever, it's like she only really likes eating when it's real food. So now
yeah.
she's just like scarfing it down.
This is the most authentic real meal you guys will probably ever have in terms of recently in the game or probably months going forward. The meat here is of the exact same quality that the Mafia serves, as a fun note, because they actually have real meat manufacturing underneath the city. But it's everything else that comes with this meal. They actually have like oatmeal porridge, actual like real tiny rolls and stuff. That's the only thing she's particular about, is how much bread people take. But the juices and everything else, they have a full functional farm here. However, Johnny, as you guys all head that way, Johnny heads pretty much to the other side of camp, walking past basically some of the bikes, people out with the horses. You will see a large, mainly Korean workforce actually starting to work out in the fields, doing their work and everything else. And actually, Pops is actually over there talking with them, and real jovial with them, and they're talking back, speaking full Korean back and forth. But Caleb and Luco are arguing, and there's a caravan of people with brightly colored, vans, some official cars, but a lot of things worked up with almost a parade with Johnny's name all over it. And Johnny, you will approach as people are honking the horn, seeing you, but Caleb and Luco kind of look over at you, and Caleb is pissed, and Luco's like, I told them these were Luca's like, I told them these were friend of yours. You should have told me you were bringing people here. Like,
you were in the car when I made the fucking calls, man. I thought you would be able to figure it out from context.
Kind of sighs and look back at his little brother, like, this is on me. And Caleb kind of look over at you, Johnny, and Caleb looks at him and he's like, relax, we will figure it out. Like, it's not the worst thing that's happening. That the Snake Nation people will probably be here in a couple hours anyways.
What do we need to figure out? This is gonna be fucking baller. We're gonna have a nice little bang up. We're gonna do it out proper. Family's back together. It's time to celebrate.
Caleb's like, we don't have the fucking space. We don't have the people. This is a waste of our goddamn resources. If any one of these people try to do anything, goddamn gonna go fucking wrong, and it's gonna be on you, and it's gonna be on you, and it's gonna be on me to actually fucking clean up.
Whoa. Firstly, I'm gonna look around. You got more than enough fucking space. I mean, space is one thing you have got. Like, there's nothing around for a long fucking wait. And in terms of resources, those vans are packed, mate. We bought everything. Like, everything we need. We're good.
Marcus comes over. Pops comes over and puts kind of an arm around, Caleb and Luco, and kind of looks at you and Johnny and go, "What you doing here? What's with all them? Friends of yours?"
Best fucking mates. We're gonna have a pie. We want to do our proper. That's one of my lads.
You bring some of that city booze with you?
Of course.
Yeah, you better bring me one of them fancy bottles, and we can actually hoot and holler, drink to the moon and stuff about this. It's okay, Caleb. Get them set up somewhere. Boy, Luco, you help. Apparently your chooms are coming too. Yeah, Dad, for the War Council. All right, I'm gonna go eat breakfast, and you get them squared away. Once they're all settled in, we'll sit down and make the war plan. Like, all right. And Caleb gives you a dirty look, and Luco kind of sighs, and Marcus puts his arm around you and go, "You're the one been taking care of my boy the last couple days? You're the one that mouthy mouth person of the Mafia recommended, right?"
I go by a few names, but yeah, that's me.
Good.
So I'm just going to take a step away for a quick sec. My back is bugging me, so I'm going to grab a chair or pillow for my chair.
Go ahead. We're almost at the stopping point anyways.
Awesome.
Marcus goes, well, I want to thank you greatly. If you guys need a ride back to the city or something else, we get it squared away. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but we definitely are going to go teach those Amoebas boys a lesson. They can't be putting hits out on my family members and try to steal my shit from me. This sets a precedent. It is.
I get you. No, I'm with you. In terms of ride back, greatly appreciated. I know some of the others might take you up on that, but I got plenty of lads here now. We're gonna throw a little shindig. I thought you might appreciate a little welcome home party for your boy, as well as I promised one of mine a party. They got all dressed up for nothing, and I feel kind of bad, you know. So I want to show them how we do it down properly, not in some shitty club down a hole, but properly.
I greatly appreciate it. It's like the prodigal son returns. I reckon it. You got stories about that shit. Come on here, I'll tell you about it. And he kind of, takes you talking of, nonsensical stories of, killing animals and people coming home and stuff. You guys are let in and get yourselves a wonderful breakfast. For everyone eating, even for you newcomers, like once your plate is full, Grandma comes over and brings over like sweet bombs, homemade cinnamon rolls, about the size of your head. Okay, she brings over almost breakfast style hot mead in terms of like help people out and stuff, and really giving you all the comforts of home. If at any point in time you tell her no, I'm full, she brings back a smaller piece of pie and coffee. In terms of trying to very much be this warming mother of the interest people, of you people who actually brought Luco home.
Nan is just stuffed, I bet.
Oh, you guys basically will be, and I think this is a good. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, you go ahead. No.
I was gonna say it's like I'm gonna kind of get that idea of what you guys are doing, but we're gonna close out C here in a moment. How long are you guys going to stay in the hall and eat?
In the hall and eat? Is that what you said?
Yeah. How long do you guys stay here in this actual at the kitchen and eat? How long?
I think until I'm nice and stuffed and very grateful, and I'll show my appreciation to everybody. But what piqued Nan's interest the most is those stables of cyber horses.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go check those out. So I think when there's a moment to excuse herself, she will do that.
Okay.
I think JJ is kind of like a little bit like indulging in this throwback lifestyle, this sort of cowboy take on things. I don't know, when you asked earlier whether or not JJ would be a movie buff, I was kind of like, I don't think he's really much of a movie buff, but he probably watches a lot of like cowboy movies or Old West movies or like gangster movies and stuff. And I think he's just kind of indulging in the whole vibe that's being kind of set up here. Yeah. And so I think he's sort of indulging in that, but also maybe has his mind on the next thing because he does want to get back to Night City, does want to buy those tickets for that concert his daughter wants to go to, does have a bunch of other shit he's got to look after. So, but I think right now he's just really taking it in, really taking with the whole thing Marcus has set up here.
You guys are eating, and about the point in time you excuse yourself. Ty, how long are you going to sit down and eat with Pops?
As long as he keeps telling me stories, I'm down for him. I want to hear him.
Absolutely. And Vertex taking care of the stuff, so I'm just going to assume at some point, either they're going to enjoy the food or leave. However, it's about the point in time you leave, Nan, and I'm going to close the scene today here on this note. Pops will get up, raise one of the glasses of warm mead, and proclaim loudly, "We're going to war with the corpos and form the men." And at that, we're going to close out here for today. I know you have time constraints and stuff, so I want to make sure we leave quite on time and get that chance to recap and everything else. I do have at least one bit of information I need to give you once the stream's over, so I want to allow time for that as well. But
cool.
All right.
I'll give Vertex just that second and everything else. But hey, guys, I want to thank chat and everyone very much for coming out today. I greatly appreciate it. If you're looking to see the conclusion of the actual Jones and Chrome Snakes going to battle with the Amoebas, make sure you tune in next month, because this is the last Ring of the Night episode for this year. However, we'll be back in January at the start of a new year, and we'll be actually get to the exciting conclusion. It will be a bit combat heavy as we get into things, guys, so just as a heads up, but make sure the group got a good chance to actually do some role-playing and narrative conversation this way. Ty, you want to go ahead and any closing remarks? Shout yourself out.
Yeah, I would love to. I've been Ty. I am in the chat. I am Orkskull of Orkskull Studio. I run plenty of stream games, and in fact, we will be starting one in 20 minutes over on my channel. So if you want to come take a look, then please do. I've been playing Johnny Fox, Punk Rock Politico. You might have noticed. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you everyone for watching us, and obviously thank you Raven for running the game for us. It's been a pleasure, and thank you to all my fellow players for making it. It's been great. But yeah, just an absolute pleasure as always, and just Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone, I guess, because we're not going to see you again. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks everyone. Jalen?
Yes, thank you, Ty. I've been our resident techie, Nan. It's been a great day, great fun making more eddies than Nan has ever seen in her life, and it's been a pleasure getting to experience it with all of you, everybody in chat. Thank you guys. Until next year. I'll kick it to Nick.
Yeah, I'm Nick. I am playing JJ the Lawman. Thanks to my fellow players for being here today with me, and always fun playing with you. Thanks to OckRaven for hosting the game, and thank you to Cybernation Uncensored for running the channel. Looking forward to possibly smashing some heads some next time by the sounds of things, and but I had a really good time doing that role play, as Ox suggested earlier. So yeah, great. Thanks for the session, and thanks to the chat and everyone who catches up with us. Who wasn't able to make it out live, but catches up with us later. Thank you too.
Yes, everybody.
Shoot.
Catapult.
Just in time.
Just in time. Hi, sorry, I forgot to lift up my camera cover.
Oh.
Is it all right if I give myself a bit of a plug here?
That's exactly what it's here for, man.
Absolutely. Okay. Hello, I am Catapult Crash Tester. Once again, you can follow me on Twitch. Please do, because today, in about an hour, I'm going to be streaming some Metal Gear Solid. So, yeah, come on and join the party. We're going to have a good time.
Lots of streams to jump onto after this one.
Yeah. And, yeah, am I the last one?
Yes, other than me. Other than myself.
All right. Take it away, OckRaven.
I have been OckRaven. I have been your global operations director for this wonderful session of Running the Night. Please remember, this is a homebrew telling of a story, and a big shout out to Colin A. Steele for your actual contribution. You guys can follow me on Twitch or Instagram at OckRaven, and thank you at Cybernation Uncensored and everyone who listens to this. It really does mean a lot. Any questions? Always throw it down there in the comments. And until next time. Goodbye. Good luck. Have a happy holidays, Yule, whatever you celebrate. I hope this winter season does you well. I'll see you guys next year. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya. We'll see.
Cybernation Uncensored.